Davidson, October 16th through the 19th. 4 days of nonstop action, daily entertainment, live music, and kicking it off with a free hog roast. You can cool off at the Bikini Bike Wash, vendors throughout the parking lot, and roll into the largest new and pre-owned inventory in the state of Florida. The music's loud, the food is hot, the drinks are cold, and the throttle is wide open. Get all the details at OrlandoHarley.com. We'll see you at Hogtoberfest 2025, October 16th through the 19th, right off I-4. We're ready. Are you?
Worried about market losses? If headlines are keeping you up at night, it's time to take control. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I know you've worked hard to save. But in times like these, what if can turn into what now? If you're planning to retire or are in retirement, you need a strategy that helps protect your future. At Trajan Wealth, you can capture market gains, protect your account from losses, and guarantee income for life. Right now, you could receive a bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. You heard me right. An upfront bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10%, all guaranteed to boost your lifetime income in retirement. Don't leave your future to chance. Plan with confidence. Call Trajan Wealth today at 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company, DBA, in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Insurance companies often play tough, offering you the bare minimum for your injuries. But why settle for less? With me, Mo DeWitt, your Orlando injury attorney, you pay nothing unless we win. Don't let the insurance companies push you around. Injured on the go, just call Mo.
Top reasons your career wants you to move to Ohio. So many amazing growth opportunities, high-paying jobs in technology, advanced manufacturing, engineering, life sciences, and more. You'll soar to new heights, just like the Wright brothers, John Glenn, even Neil Armstrong. Their careers all took off in Ohio, and yours can too. A job that can take you further, and a place you can't wait to come home to. Have it all in the heart of it all. Launch your search at callohiohome.com.
In Toronto's war on crime, the worst offenders are pursued by the detectives of the Specialized Criminal Investigations Unit. These are their stories.
A new series based on the iconic franchise is here on the CW tonight.
Stories always need a few twists.
The legacy you know so well has a new story to tell.
Sometimes the dead do speak.
Law and Order Toronto Criminal Intent. All new tonight on the CW.
Tonight, beginning at 8, only on CW18.
We're following several breaking stories tonight.
WESH 2 News at 10 on CW18.
I'm Michelle Imparato.
And I'm Jesse Pagan.
Covering breaking news across Central Florida, bringing you the latest facts to keep you informed.
New details are coming into the newsroom right now.
And preparing you for what's ahead.
Strong to severe storms moving in.
Michelle Imparato, Jesse Pagan, Darren Stoltzfus, and Chief Meteorologist Tony Manolfi. WESH 2 News at 10 on CW18. Local, live, late breaking.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. C-R-E-D-I-T. Credit. That's credit. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Wednesday, October 1st, 2025. Lots to get to today, from the shutdown blame game to the feds find 20,000 more SIM cards in a boiler room, and another Phillies Karen strikes, this time in Kansas City. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us today. Send us a dispatch or an email over on thenewsjunkie.com. You can also watch the show on YouTube or twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right in the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Wednesday?
Good. Hump day, baby.
Let's get spooky, everybody. Woo! October has arrived now. Now the normal people can bring out their Halloween stuff, okay?
Oh,
all the very normal people who didn't rush out in September and construct their giant skeleton army that they're forming year after year in their front yard.
I got to tell you, I might be one of the only houses that is not decorated in my neighborhood already.
We have a bunch of houses that go above and beyond by us, and a lot of them have not put anything up. I think today's the day for them, but many people did jump the gun. Many people C-laned it this year and put all their stuff out there.
Is that what we're calling it?
Yes, that's what we're calling it around my household.
Doing cool things?
Yeah. Around my household, that's what we're calling it. Also, today, officially today, Courtney did the big Halloween change, which is the doorbell is now spookified. Oh. You're ringing, it's like, woo!
There's so many to choose from, and the options, the majority, are so long.
Yeah.
They're like, I am a witch here, and I am doing my brews, but the person's not available if you choose to. I'm like, okay, the person hopefully has walked away.
It starts a short story. Like,
God.
Welcome to my spooky abode. Don't be frightened.
It was 1913, Salem. Like, all right. Thank you.
Hey, it's like hard charger. You replaced ding dong. So, like, you gotta, like, woo.
I was working in the lab late one night.
And someone stands there just to sell you a new alarm system for 3.5 minutes, then I might have to buy the alarm system.
Oh, that's good. Anyhow, so get spooky. Enjoy your Halloween. Here we are. September has ended. October is on. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to Sheriff Grady Judd, everybody.
Yeah.
He's having one of his press conferences. And the only people who still print out like poster board sized things to display are people in Congress and Grady Judd. He likes to have his, and maybe like late night shows when they print out like an article to show you, oh, look, the wedding registry has got funny names on it or something. Well, Grady Judd goes up. He's doing his latest press conference. A couple
Somebody
people sent
that we all know has a family member who was in one of those wedding registry funny name bits.
Yeah, it was a beaver thing, wasn't it? Yeah, like the Wet Beaver Wedding or the Beaver Bandits or the
Beaver Weaver.
Beaver, even better. Here goes Grady Judd.
There's things in life you just can't believe. So you order up a prostitute,
right? Of course,
as one does.
Now listen, everything that Grady is saying is magnificent, but it is worth noting the wonderful law enforcement officer that is to his right, over his left shoulder.
The cop behind him is like, he's giving face. I don't know if that's what they call it. Like he makes the funniest faces.
Church giggles are happening right now.
I do like, and I have a question for everybody after this, but I do like that Grady Judd says this so nonchalantly. Like, of course you order up a prostitute. Yeah, like you get a burrito, you get a prostitute.
There's things in life you just can't believe. So you order up a prostitute, right?
Order up.
This prostitute lives with his mother, by the way.
All right.
With his mother.
He's got a massive criminal history, a 21-year criminal history with 31 criminal charges. So you order up a prostitute, and that's what you think you're getting.
All right, he puts up a photo of, I don't know if it's like drag
Is this expectation versus reality prostitute edition?
Yeah. And like, it's a dude, but there are eyelashes like you ain't never seen in your life.
Like you would need to train your eyelids so the muscles could hold those up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just be blind with these eyelashes.
No,
they would just
eventually your lids would get jacked.
Maybe.
Yeah, six-pack eyelids.
And this thing still blows my mind. Even in women, Courtney used to do this. I would tell her, you have the most beautiful, long eyelashes. Your eyelashes look
said that
fake.
to her?
Yeah. Your eyelashes look fake to begin with. You don't need fake eyelashes. Your eyelashes are absolutely stunning, as are your eyes. And then she still, for a while, was like, nope, they must be bigger. And you put palm fronds on the front of your face. Anyhow, this is
they're like two little visors.
Yeah, right. This is a prostitute that is a man, and in the photo, it's all done up as a woman, and then now he does the expectation versus reality.
Now, when you look at that, you go, wow, that's pretty rough, but, any port in the storm.
Jeez, great.
Any port in the storm. I like that. Any port in the storm.
And then the next morning when you wake up, you find out this is who it really is.
Okay.
Yeah.
This guy back here. This guy back here is like, oh.
Is that really the same person?
If so, it would have to be a lot of makeup. Because I'm just going to say the thing. The guys, what did you see the dude head? He's a lot more black.
He's a lot blacker.
Yeah. So, I mean, there must be a lot of like full body makeup going on.
Or just different picture on the post.
Maybe. Maybe it's somebody else's photo altogether. It's hard to say.
Yeah. We call that coyote ugly. You see, he's laying on your arm in bed. You go, well, it was rough last night.
Okay,
but I've sobered up. I think I'll just chew my arm off and ease away so I don't disturb him or wake him up.
This guy back here, the cop is
details.
Like,
Grady's next move after retirement, erotic novel?
Yeah, maybe. It could be. Yeah, so
no,
there
this is
goes.
his tight five.
Yeah. And do you say coyote or coyote? Because he said
regional.
coyote.
Regional. I've heard coyote.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Coyote sounds like somebody pretending to be an old West American.
Yeah. I always think of the deleted SNL skit where Will Ferrell was an old prospector, and he's just like, I'd be more worried about coyotes if I were you.
Yeah, I mean, I've always said coyote myself, but coyote ugly, either one. Grady Judd at his press conference. Thank you.
Grady Judd,
there you go.
very, very slowly describing the very common situation of I went to bed at 2 with a 10 and woke up at 10 with a 2.
Right, yeah. I saw something. I don't know if I'll be able to pull this up or if I have it anywhere. But I saw a poll talking about this very issue, and it was surprising to me. It was about prostitution. And if I find this, I'll bring it up. But it was about people and their thoughts on prostitution. And men are for prostitution, generally speaking.
Right.
And the legalization. Here it is right here, actually. It says, think prostitution between consenting adults should be legal or a crime. I think the prostitution between consenting adults should be legal. Overall, 42% said yes. 54% of men say they think prostitution between consenting adults should be legal. Only 32% of women say that, which, I mean, maybe I shouldn't be surprised by that, but I was kind of surprised. 43% of women say it should be a crime. Maybe it's because they're picturing the prostitutes as women, and they're more likely to picture it as like victimization and maybe not just consenting adults.
Or their, cisgender male lovers or husbands are going to these women. I don't ever see the massage parlor that is geared towards women. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't even know if that's ever been tried. If they've had, they're like, we're doing the first ever massage parlor targeted towards women for these kind of sexual gratification moments.
reach climax.
Open and shut in the same week, though, is the problem. That's the problem there. But yeah, it said 32% of women thought that prostitution between consenting adults should be legal, compared to 54% of men on that issue. But none of this matters because breaking news incoming, everybody. That's right. Here we go. The moment it happened on Fox.
And breaking tonight, the clock says just after midnight, the shutdown has begun. Democrats refusing to back a Republican plan to fund the government before the midnight deadline. Leaders on the right.
What did he say? Did he screw that up? It sounded like he said midnight deadline, but it happens when you're in the breaking news.
It might be a little stuffy, need a little Flonase action.
Midnight.
Republican plan to fund the government before the midnight deadline. Leaders on the right say it is all political theater.
They are shut down in Washington, D.C., and I felt it. As soon as it hit midnight, the shudder hit my spine, and everything got a little colder out there.
What
and
are
you
we
realize
gonna do? I was planning on going to a national park this weekend.
They're shutting it all down. I'll tell you what that means and what's going to happen after this. But there was a last-minute chance to keep the government open, and the vote call came in. All of the Republicans voted for it. They needed 9 Democrats to keep the federal government open, but I believe they only got 3 of them to vote with them, and the rest voted against.
The nays are 45. The 60-vote threshold having not been achieved, the bill upon reconsideration is not passed.
So it didn't pass, and then boom, it became official. The government shutdown was on. Does this show the votes? Yeah. 55 yay, 45 nay. That means 55 people said yes to it, 45 people said no. Of the 55, I think 3 of them are from the Democratic side of the aisle. All the Republicans did, but it didn't pass. So now the U.S. government is offline. It's like somebody unplugged it. Somebody
didn't plug back in.
Power's down.
Remind me, 2018 is what I saw in a lot of the, information online yesterday, and that lasted 37 days.
Something like that, yeah, around like a month
we're hoping
or so.
For a new record breaker this year.
Well, I have no idea how long it's going to last. I don't know, if this will be a quick thing. It all depends on a bunch of things, and we'll talk about that a little bit today. We'll talk about what all this actually means and who is going to get the blame. Who do you blame for the government shutting down? Send us your emails and dispatches over at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get into all that momentarily. Real quick, some emails coming in. Clay emails the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Howdy, the News Junkie crew, and possibly Mo DeWitt. Well, we can bring this back up. I think he might be stopping by at some point. The 500-pound Detroit rapper DeJua Blonding, I do not know him, Dank DeMoss, got a settlement after a driver refused her ride, citing her size. Yeah, I do remember that. It says her legal team has confirmed the lawsuit was resolved. I was hoping they would have gone to court for being so fat that weight discrimination would have been perfectly legal. I still question if the seatbelt would have fit her, says Clay. Thank you for the email. I'll have to look into that. I mean, if they say that the lawsuit was resolved, it doesn't mean that they won, and it doesn't mean that they got a bunch of money from Uber or whoever, but I do remember that story. The very large woman who said, the Uber driver said, no, my suspension's not good enough. I can't take you in right now. But I'll keep an eye on that and see if I can find any updates. And Randall emails the show, and he says, a Cuban grandpa was deported. Well, really? This guy came here legally on freedom flights from Cuba at 2 years old in 1967. Like he's never lived in a communist country other than as a baby. WTF is going on? And he sends along a link. Let me see if I can find the actual story you're talking about. Hang on, everything pops up on these websites. I'll bring that up and see if we can find that because Cuban man should do it for me. Cuban man.
I always thought that's the way you leaned.
More of a Puerto Rican.
Cuban man in U.S. for decades, detained despite legal protections. Family of a Cuban man who came to the United States as an infant says he was detained by law enforcement last week. Spent the last 4 days poring over documents, calling attorneys. Federal authorities detained 150 people as part of an immigration operation. And they said he came here legally from Cuba through the Freedom Flights program. He owns a home. He's a small business owner. He has a criminal record from more than 2 decades ago, and he never got his citizenship. His daughter says he was given a deportation order in 2016, but was told by the courts he could never be deported if it was in place in the Cuban Family Reunification Parole Program, which he has successfully done for the last 9 years. They said they came here legally, the government invited them in, and now the government's saying, get out. Look, this sounds more complicated to me than they're making it, because if this guy came in as a 2-year-old and then was never made a U.S. citizen, there must be something else going on here. But I'll have Mo look at the story, too. We'll talk about that with him as well. I'll put both of these to the side so we get the rest of the details. Thank you for your emails. Keep yours coming in to tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. All right. We'll get things kicked wide open when we come back here on a Wednesday show. And what we're going to talk about is there's yet another, believe it or not, Phillies Karen story. Somebody at a sports game.
Go Birds.
Oh, I thought you were going to say same
ladies.
No, same team.
No, this time in Kansas City, a fan was...
Kansas City Karen is an even better name.
It's good, yeah. It rolls off the tongue. Kansas City Karen. What did she do? What is the young kid that she took something away from demanding? We'll find out together. That story is going viral, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Morning traffic's cleared up, so you won't be expecting that much trouble, although there are some slowdowns still southbound on Florida's Turnpike approaching Oakland Exchange. There's congestion on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and Apopka Vineland Road. Look out for a crash on Fairbanks Avenue near Pine Avenue. The right lane's blocked there. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida West Orange Emergency. HCA Florida West Orange Emergency in Winter Garden is now open 24/7.
Hey!
Halloween brew bus headed to Lake County.
How you doing, everybody?
Ready to roll Saturday, October 25th with stops in Leesburg, Tavares, and Mount Dora. Costumes are optional, and tickets for the bus will go on sale Wednesday, October 1st at 10 a.m. Special thanks
Question.
to Fence, Puddle Jumpers,
I changed a couple of the lights on me to try to knock out some shadows, which I'm going to improve on moving forward. Let me know if the lighting on me looks a little better. It's not supposed to be perfect. Let me know if the lighting on me looks a little better, a little less Shadow Man. And I don't know, is this changed? Because some of the lights are a little different. Has this changed right here? The lighting in your shirt is making you look thinner? Perfect. The magic lights are effective then. The new lights take 75 pounds off. Much bigger than this. Like Dave Blunt's. Looks better? Looks brighter? Okay, I'll probably temper it down a little bit, and then I might get one small soft light right here to get rid of the final shadow underneath my headphones, and then or underneath my hat, and then tune them all in. Gotta flip the hat around for better lighting? All right. Hat check. Better or worse? Better or worse? Put your vote in. Better? Better? Feel like I'm at the eye doctor? At your desk, it looks pretty perfect? Good. We're looking for an improvement. Who let the gangsta in here? I've been here the whole time, dog. Fred Wurst? Fred Wurst? Really? You know, it's giving, hey, fellow kids. You think if I went to like the high school and I was like, what what's the haps? What are you guys doing? It wouldn't be good? Where's your studded belt? What the hell? They don't say that. You got to say 6'7". So I just like slide up like 6'7". Is that right? Did I get it? Need a goatee? That'll make me look older. Now you look like Rob Deerdeck on Casual Friday. I can't do this. I'm going back to news mode. There we go. Professional. No, I'm not singing the Teapot song like that. 2 minutes. I also have something to share with you. We'll talk about the Kansas City Karen, okay? What she took from a young kid at a football game that's now going viral. But more importantly, Grand Theft Auto fans have gone unhinged. Gone unhinged. I'm going to play for you. One of the Grand Theft Auto fans flew all the way to Scotland, where Rockstar Video Games has their headquarters. He landed in Scotland and went to Rockstar Video Games headquarters, and he's been, if this is real, he's been harassing the employees and filming them. I've got the video. Filming them saying like, where's the video game? Where's Grand Theft Auto? Where's the new trailer? Just unhinged. 90 seconds and we're coming back. Did she take a beer from the kid? We're going to find out. We're going to find out together. Kansas City Karen is the story. All right, we are coming back, folks. Sorry, as per usual, juggling like 5 things. But we'll talk about this Grand Theft Auto thing. We'll talk about Kansas City Karen. And that is us just getting started. We're going to segue into who do you blame? So we'll talk about that a little bit for the government shutdown.
Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products.
But to get us started, chat, who do you blame? Who do you blame? Before I shut you down. Who do you blame? Do you blame Republicans or Democrats for the shutdown? I think I can almost guess by usernames what people are going to say here. Who do you blame, Republicans or Democrats, for the government shutdown? Coming back. Homie.
Welcome to the Wild West of American medicine. I'm Chris Pine, and this is Cardiac Cowboys. If you like medical dramas, if you like heart-pounding thrillers, you will love Cardiac Cowboys. Listen wherever you listen to podcasts. This is Cardiac Cowboys. If you like medical dramas, if you like heart-pounding thrillers, you will love Cardiac Cowboys. Listen wherever you listen to podcasts.
Sponsored by Jasper.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. C-R-E-D-I-T. Credit. That's credit. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Dispensing unsolicited advice on a wide range of pointless topics.
You're making it through the week. They said you couldn't do it, but look at you go. And you're here in the world's most viral newsroom. Welcome to the show. Go over to the website, thenewsjunkie.com. We're going to get to the latest Phillies Karen, which Sealand is now saying Kansas City Karen works perfectly. He's right about that.
Yeah, but this is so weird because they're calling her, and it's kind of like just calling, the idea of calling somebody a Karen when it's not their name. They're calling her the NFL's Philly Karen. Philly's Karen.
Is it because
Kansas City Karen's is better? You're right.
It's so much more great from a branding standard.
Same haircut, maybe?
We'll see. We'll go over that in just a second. I want to bring you to the streets real quick, though, and share some absolutely unhinged audio with you. Video, if you're watching, if you're nasty, over on youtube.com/thenewsjunkie.
Ooh, I'm nasty.
This is a very unhinged person. Because when you get a big fan base, as some know, there's always going to be some unhinged people. There's going to be some weird people who do weird things, and you're like, come on, man. Can you just strive to be normal? Is it that hard?
Yeah, don't be uncool and make it strange for everyone else.
This is making it strange for some people in particular. This is a guy who's such a big fan of Grand Theft Auto that he got on a plane. He flew all the way to the headquarters for Rockstar Games, which is in Scotland, apparently.
He didn't just happen to have a trip to Scotland. This is the only reason he got on this plane.
He said that's why he flew there, I think. He says it in the clip. Let's listen to him.
When's the delay? When's the next trailer? I want to know.
He's approaching all the employees.
You don't know. We are live here from Edinburgh, Scotland. I flew all the way over here because I'm sick and tired of waiting for the answers. Right now, we are here, right here, live from Rockstar North. I told you guys I wasn't playing around. What's the delay happening? Is there another delay? Look at the trailer. Is another trailer?
Dude.
You can't tell? What? You can't tell me?
He's just going up to random employees who are walking out of the building. Where's the trailer?
Idiot.
Where's the trailer? Where's the Grand Theft Auto? Where's the Grand Theft Auto? Like, dude, they're regular-ass people just doing a job, man.
Yeah, and they're also regular-ass people that have access to your account that I believe will make it much harder for you to play.
That would be worse than them going to jail, some of these people. Would just be like, you know what? Banned for life. You can never play GTA again. Sorry, buddy. They'll never show up.
It's Crazy Taxi for you, my guy.
That's so weird.
Oh, I loved Crazy Taxi. Crazy Taxi was so good.
So go to Scotland and tell them about it.
No, wherever they're making that thing these days. I was only a Leisure Suit Larry fan myself.
What?
Sorry. Yeah, Leisure Suit Larry. That was a classic game. Very classic game.
Did that involve cars or just putting suits on a guy named Larry?
No, you're just trying to get laid the whole time.
Yeah, it's a dude in a leisure suit, and he walks along, and then you try to chat with people, and it was very adult, very, very adult. Possibly some nudity in that game.
Oh, nothing like 8-bit boobs.
Oh, it wasn't much. Yeah, there was not a lot to it. I was never, like I told you many times, never good at video games, so I didn't play many. Played like Earthworm Jim, got a little good at that. I mean, like a little good for on my street. I was third best on my street in the acreage. That's how good I got at that.
Weren't there only 2 people on your street?
I wasn't even good at Oregon Trail. I just died of sepsis or whatever every single time, and it was bad. I was good at one video game in my life. One video game.
Pong.
Not Grand Theft Auto, not Pong, not Tetris, not any of those games you might think. The only game I was ever good at in my entire life, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Yeah. Yeah. Big winner at that. I found that bitch everywhere.
Oh, same.
Didn't matter.
I also love that was part of our school assignments. Like my computer class was Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, and Mavis teaches typing.
Yeah, Mavis Beacon.
Nailed it. Oh, I'm sorry. What did I say?
Mavis Beacon. You said Mavis teaches typing, but yeah, it is Mavis.
Oh, first name basis after I did so well.
I used to be able to type quite fast, though I've lost a little bit of that skill, I think. I'm older now. I know.
But
it's
you
tough.
feel like a big failure, don't you?
He does just index finger now, everybody, where it's very close to his face.
He's a real hunt and pecker.
It's like, oh, wait, what now? It's like watching, and I did this before, like going over to my parents' house. I'd be like, Mom, here's how you use Yahoo Mail. Your new job requires email. And she'd be like, grabbing the mouse, dragging it over, one finger, tick, 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 and you go, oh my God, I can't. Oh, I don't know if I could do this.
There is a local watering hole in which I like to bring the laptop and drink water and do some work. And there was a kind lady who is 30 years my senior who saw that I had a MacBook, and she said, I just got one. Can you help me figure it out?
Oh, no. bar customer service on tech support lines?
I don't even work at the bar, but I said, okay, fine, let's meet up early Sunday morning. We'll get this.
Wait, you made plans to meet with this person?
After being asked 15 times, you're going to say, okay, no problem. So we can just, check this off the list.
Mm-hmm.
She brought the computer
Did you know this
in
person
the box.
previously?
No, I did not.
Well, she
in
didn't even
the box.
She hadn't even set it up, done the basic, put it in English mode and stuff.
I set it up for her. I put the text size as big as they can get. And what really blew her mind was the trackpad, because she was used to that click and drag and click. And here I'm using 2 hands on one trackpad. But guess what? That person's Elon Musk now. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would do that myself. But it's interesting to see that you were laptop bar person, which I have seen a couple of times in my life. The person just pops the laptop of the bar.
I've done it.
Has just in there.
I can't do it at home, I'll tell you that.
Getting some work done, getting a drink, get it all done at once. And I've even seen the very rare bar book reader, which
get out.
Yeah,
no,
sending a message. All right, let's go over to the Kansas City Chiefs Karen, the Kansas City Karen, and see what she's up to, because another woman is in the headlines. Ladies, this is landing on you quite a bit here.
Oh no.
This is a woman who I guess took something that was supposed to be for this little tiny kid who was a Chiefs fan. Let's see from KCTV5 what happened here.
You've probably seen on social media over the past week, a young Chiefs fan thinks he's about to get Patrick Mahomes' headband.
Only for a woman to intercept it at the last second.
I see what you did there.
Here's that video. Mahomes walking up. There he goes, tries to hand it to him. Oh. And then, I don't know if you saw that at the bottom, a woman's arm swoops in to take it at the last second. And the boy, look at his face.
Right.
He was left heartbroken.
Mahomes gives it to the kid. The kid has his headband in his hand. And the woman
I know.
grabs it and takes it away.
Hard to watch. It happened last week.
That was so
And from this little tiny tyke, this little kid's like, what, my headband? This is actually, I blame this on you ladies because they said it's a woman. But this is more similar to me to the tennis thing. When at the tennis
CEO
match.
guy took the hat.
Yeah, the hat was going up, and he took the hat, and he had his wife shoving it in the purse.
Now, I got to say, there is actually someone bigger to blame in situations like this, because we're now seeing this twice. Dare I say, there's a thrice out there. I think it's the athlete's fault.
What do you got to do differently?
If you're handing something, you have now found your target of the thing you're giving, but you can't stand to lock your eyes in for 3 more seconds. Because it's always the athlete not noticing who stole what and continuing to walk. Wait until it's in the possession.
He's already given out his headband. What more do you want from the guy?
Wait 2 seconds and you can confirm the grasp, and then you keep walking. Because now we're having 2 viral stories in which that athlete did not know what had happened until it goes viral.
I'm not saying that wouldn't work, because it would if they stopped and they were like, this is where I intend.
This is for you.
Here you go. I take the thing.
I have seen people, famous people, point at, give it to this kid. If they're given a drumstick or a guitar pick or something like that. I've seen that situation unfold.
Yeah.
But, I guess if Patrick, don't call him Pat.
Yeah,
has somewhere to go. He's got to go to that locker room
shouldn't
interview.
we stomp out the bad behavior instead of the player who's trying to give something away? What we need to do, and I'll fix this in one fell swoop. I will fix this like I fix so many things. You take this woman and you say, I want you to admit right now that you took Patrick Mahomes' headband from this young Kansas City Chiefs fan, Kansas City Karen. And she goes, I did it. It was me. And you go, okay.
Mickey Mouse, are you?
Now we will dole out the punishment for you. And by the way, world, this punishment will also be doled out to anybody else who decides to do this. If somebody's supposed to get a ball or something from a player, and
you're really setting it up for honesty right now.
If somebody does what these people are doing at the games, taking stuff away from these kids, you get the same punishment. And then you take Kansas City Karen and you throw her right into a wood chipper live on television.
No one's going to admit to that then.
All of the pieces of her.
She is going to stand by. I didn't know who it was going for. I just saw that.
We'll take her to court.
I grabbed it.
public opinion court in session. And if we find that she's guilty, right into the wood chipper, and then never happens again. It never, ever happens again. Unfortunately, then it will be hard to get comedians to perform in our country. Just judging by the Saudi Arabian thing. But this little kid was upset. He wanted it. He wanted the headband back. Let's see what else he said.
Chiefs beat the Giants in New York. Tonight, KCTV5's Chandler Watkins is talking with that young boy and his mom.
And Chandler, I hear they're getting reaction from the top brass of Chiefs Kingdom.
You're right. I spoke with Joey Masters and his mom, Mindy. They
Joey
live in New York,
Masters.
but Joey says he's been a Chiefs fan for most of his life.
Oh, man, this little guy, he had gotten tickets for his 10th birthday. And he was,
you have 80 more years to live on this earth. Chill out.
but he's just a 10-year-old kid. He wanted the memorabilia from Patrick Mahomes. He's sitting out there all doe-eyed. He's watching his hero on the field, and some lady comes up and just nabs it from him. And now, of course, we're going to have like 50 GoFundMes and stuff.
This was his first Chiefs game, saying he got the tickets to go for his 10th birthday.
It was fun. It was cool to look at the stadium. You got to watch all the Chiefs warm up and stuff.
Aww.
And pray.
Nothing
Joey
wrong with
Masters and his mom Mindy had some of the best seats in the house at MetLife Stadium. Front row in the end zone, where he was able to interact with players and get his hat signed.
Oh, we got other stuff.
And your hat? Yeah, my hat, and I got a glove from Trent McDuffie.
Then, at the end of the game, captured in a now viral video, Joey recounts what happened.
Patrick Mahomes walked over to me, locked eyes with me, tries to give me the band. I meant his headband, and the woman just swoops in and snatches it from me.
Wow. It left both Joey
It'd be
and
hilarious. It'd be hilarious if you said this total bitch just grabbed it out of my hand.
This kid's speaking like a lawyer. He's like, he locked eyes with me.
And
he
that
clearly he transferred ownership
He was
of
going
the sweatband.
eastbound on the field.
He's like very, very, it almost seems like mom has media coached him. Like, we got to get this right.
Just
if we
a
get this
little bit.
right, we're going to get like season tickets to the Chiefs games, buddy.
Now,
all right?
let's go through this hypothetical here. Put yourself in Kansas City Karen's shoes.
Mm-hmm.
You're watching this little douchebag get like 5 things up until that moment. And she's gotten 0.
Right.
There's her chance.
Well, I mean, the problem is the players
survival
were
of the
coming over
fittest.
to him. Well, I mean, this is a pretty big can of worms to open up. I think if you're like survival of the fittest.
Baby.
I'm gonna enter in some new evidence in the trial here.
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
This Kansas City Karen looks like she's used to getting what she wants.
Oh, really?
Oh, judging a book by its cover.
Yeah, she's hot. Yeah.
Is this one of those moments where it's like, this is her Genesis story and she's like Pamela Anderson in the crowd at a game, or
I don't know
but
if we're
clearly
going that
she
far.
didn't get anything because it was just her hand we're seeing in that viral clip, and it's quick.
Oh,
She's got
no,
some fast
she admitted
hands.
to it on TikTok, and she's,
did
she's
she?
trying to find the boy.
Please.
All right, so if you find that, send it to me. We'll go further down into this and see what we can find out with Kansas City Karen, which is certainly a better name for her. When we come back, though, we'll hear from you. Who do you blame for the government shutdown? That's one of the questions we're asking today. Also, mountain bikers discover a woman wandering in the wilderness half naked. She couldn't even speak for like a while. What was going on? What led to this moment? That is what we're going to talk about, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Hey, y'all, it's fall. Try the new pumpkin spiced Colbert Show today at 3. Now gluten-free. Available for a limited time only. The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Happy Wednesday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting a drier day. It will feel better, too, because our humidity and our moisture levels aren't going to be quite as high as they have in the last couple of days. And that's courtesy of Imelda pulling away from the coast and pulling some of that tropical moisture along with it. We'll still be expecting a high of around 87 degrees in Orlando. About a
West Orange Emergency.
Hey, everybody.
Emergency in Winter Garden is now open 24/7. Visit HCAFloridaHealthcare.com. This emergency department is part of.
How are we? Welcome behind the scenes. Skull mic activated. This is where we chat between the breaks. Kev says, I have no context to this whatsoever. Last time I was on the News Junkie Discord, Chaos posted himself in a thong, so no thanks. Take from that what you will. Great advertisement for the Discord. Go over there and hang out. Little boys need to learn to be losers sometimes? Wow. The 10-year-old birthday boy needs to learn to be a loser when he was the intended target of the sweatband? Wow. Wow. Thank you, eFresh Rocks. I'm going to tune that in a little bit more. It's not exactly where it needs to be. There's still some soft spots around here. Another thing I'm working on is, well, you'll see it in the next secret show, but the lighting on the couch when we do secret shows has always been dim. And I got to find a way to brighten that up and get a more crisp shot of the couch for secret shows, but not like blast them out with the light on it. Always improving. Always trying to make it better. Hey, Alicia.
My testosterone is back, baby. Thanks to Red Mountain Weight Loss. Man, it was really low. And I called Red Mountain Weight Loss. Got my
Chaos says this is slander.
And I gotta tell you, when your testosterone...
That's YouTube, man. Take it up with YouTube. This has nothing to do with me. You know how it is. The people on YouTube detest you Twitchers. And you Twitch people, I know, detest the people on YouTube. It's the Sharks and the Jets. Except that doesn't add up because YouTube is so much larger. So it's like the Sharks and the Minnows. But it's still a battle. 2 minutes and we're coming back live. I've got the response from Kansas City Karen. So we'll see what she said to defend herself. We'll see if this little kid should just suck it up. We'll get a little further into that, and then we'll spread off into some other things we got to talk about.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart.
Tanya says, I want to go just to see Chaos in a thong. Who doesn't? How do you think he ended up with twins? It would be a guy from YouTube having another guy's thong picture. Athon says Twitchers are psychotic. I've heard that too. I don't know, but I have definitely heard that, without a doubt. 1 minute. We're also going to talk about these mountain bikers who stumble upon this woman who is half naked. She can't talk, and they're trying to figure out how to help her and what's going on. Pretty crazy story. So we'll dive into that as well. It's a busy day, as always, in the world of viral news. So come along with us. The show's coming back live.
Access presets. iHeartRadio is your all-access pass to the audio that moves you. Get what millions already have. The free iHeartRadio app. The #1 app for radio.
Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. Fall for a brooding duke. Dive into a steamy romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas. Or find the perfect rom-com from Lily Chu. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at Audible.com.
Save every day at Headquarter Hyundai. We've dropped prices on acres of new Hyundais. Visit HeadquarterHyundai.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This is the news.
Even with those crazy thoughts in your head. Settle in. Enjoy yourself in the world's most viral newsroom and learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. People are going hard in the paint. This Kansas City Karen story where the woman, she nabbed away from this 10-year-old boy on his birthday to see the Kansas City Chiefs play for the first time, his favorite team. Patrick Mahomes comes up with the sweatband and gives it directly to this kid, and this woman snags it from this kid's hands and hauls ass. And some of you in chat, just brutal, just childless lunatics, I guess. I don't know how else you could be so cold on this front.
What are they saying?
They're saying, suck it up, kid. Suck it up, you loser. You got a bunch of other things. You're whining now. Sometimes you got to take the L. He's 10. Little Joey was 10 years old. Well, technically he is 10 years old. He did not die in this encounter. He just had some memorabilia that was coming from the Kansas City Chiefs pulled right out of his hands. Right out of his hands. And the woman
Did he have enough room with his hands of all the other crap that he got?
He put that down.
In those front rows.
Yeah, put that down in just a moment.
Do you hate this kid too?
I'm not a huge fan, I got to be honest. I don't see any. Now. Oh, do you have more information?
I don't know. You haven't heard from the lady who stole the thing from the kid yet. If you hear from her, you might change your mind.
I will wait.
This woman is a New York Giants fan, they say. She's a New York Giants fan. And
so she stole the headband from the opposing team's quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Like, why would you even want it? You like the other team, lady. This little 10-year-old, this is his hero out on the field. And you, some of you brutal sons of bitches are like, sometimes it's cold and you shiver. Sometimes it's hot and you sweat. Sometimes you don't get the sweat band from the Kansas City Chiefs, little kid, because some woman nabbed it out of your hands.
Sometimes
that's the way it goes.
Sometimes the storm's so bad, do you go to any port?
Yes. Yeah. Any port in a bad storm, something like that. I've got the TikTok that this woman has posted, I think. And I believe that she has offered up an excuse for why all of this went down, why this happened and why she did this. I don't know if there's going to be anything that will be good enough in terms of excuses, but at least she's offered something up. And hang on, Celia, do you have the link to this? Because I know it's on this story here, but I'm yapping as I'm trying to bring it up. Is it this here? No, this is a X link. This is the kid actually losing the headband, which we saw earlier. I want to see the actual TikTok video where she approaches all this. She says, guys, I just want to talk to you for 1 minute from my heart, says Nina in a follow-up TikTok video. She says, I found out that this was meant for this little boy. Bitch! You knew it was for the little boy. You took it right out of his little boy hands.
Or tunnel vision.
Little tiny
right
hands.
on target. What else did she say?
She said, to the young boy, I'm sorry that I ruined your moment. Which she continues here. So do you have the link to the
I'm
actual
sending
TikTok?
it to your Gmail.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate that. Because it's like broken here. You know how these articles are sometimes. They embed a TikTok and then there's 8,000 things around it and it, doesn't work out and you can't get to it.
Maybe you turned off JavaScript because you're trying to get out of that paywall.
Watch your mouth,
and the TikTok embed is JavaScript.
No, I didn't shut down JavaScript, I'll have you know. But thank you for the nerd lesson there. I have it. C-Lady has sent to me the clip in question from this lady. Let's see what she says. She's the one who stole this headband, sweatband, from Patrick Mahomes that he was giving to this 10-year-old boy on his birthday.
Talk to you guys for 1 minute from my heart. And at the game, with all the noise and all the excitement, I honestly thought that Pat Mahomes was giving me the headband. I reached for it without thinking. Later, I found out that it was meant for that little boy for his 10-year-old birthday. When I found out, I felt horrible because I don't want to ruin anyone's little time. Little time. To the young boy, I'm sorry that I ruined your moment. You should have had your moment for your birthday. I want to send back your headband so you could celebrate your day the way that you were supposed to. But the only way that we can do that is I need for TikTok to do their job and get us in contact with each other.
Do your job, TikTok. TikTok dox the 10-year-old. Everybody, we need to dox the 10-year-old. Get his address.
All I need is for TikTok to do their job.
Yeah. By the way, TikTok's job is usually something bad. It's a nefarious thing that they're up to.
It's more like volunteer work. No one gets paid to do that job of doxing people.
But I like how she said, I thought it was for me. Like, he came up directly to the kid and put it in the kid's hand, and then your hand came out of nowhere.
It was not. She didn't rip it from the kid's hand, though.
I think she did.
Moments right. Play the
Hang
clip.
on.
Play the clip.
I will. I'll bring it back up. Kansas City Karen. Hang on.
It was
bring
a
the clip
quick,
up.
right? I mean, I think he probably even closed his grasp, thinking it was in there, but she got right at that moment, right before.
All right, this is the Phillies Karen thing. See, the problem is they're not calling her Kansas
no, it's right
City.
there. You missed it.
Right here?
Yeah.
No, that's not it. No, that's a different. This is some old lady on the street. What are you talking? Where? Right here? Okay.
And right now,
oh my God, that sound is everywhere on TikTok. By the way, that the holiday one. Okay, here he is. He's coming
down.
Up. All right, he's coming up. All right, coming up, and her hand's nowhere in sight now.
Neither is a headband.
Okay, headband is right there.
And before the grasp,
it's in the little kid's hand, and somebody else is trying to grab it at the same time. Is that her hand?
Yeah.
Oh, and then she pulls it away. She forcefully pulled it away, though.
The camera guy behind is so funny.
She did pull away at the end. Well, let's see what else she says. Does she have any other comments for us? Go back to the lady here, Kansas City Karen.
A lot of DMs saying that they know the family, saying that they know their mom, their dad. They're giving me all types of emails. I don't know who's who, and I don't want it to end up in some random stranger. I want to give it to who it belongs to. If it belonged, not that it belonged to Joey, so I want to return it back to him. So I need TikTok to do their job and tell them to reach out to me, let them DM me, let the parents of that kid DM me so I can know that it's really them.
She's taking this very different than the Phillies Karen lady did.
Absolutely.
This lady
have we even identified the correct Phillies Karen?
No, I don't think so. I don't think they ever found the right woman who was responsible for that.
I appreciate what she's doing, I gotta say.
And we saw a lot more of the Phillies Karen. I've only seen one angle of this Patrick Mahomes video, and all you see is her hand.
Yeah.
How did they even find this woman?
She must have came forward, but how do we know it's her? I guess we're just trusting that it's her. She's in a lot of these stories. She says, my apologies to that young boy. I think she says at some point, like, I'm a Christian and I don't do these kind of things.
She's a mother. She's a mom and a Christian.
I'm a mom and a Christian. So I don't do these kind of things. But at least she's taking a different tact. What do we think? Is it tough love for the kids who aren't getting the souvenirs, the memorabilia? You're going to look in this little kid's face, this little tiny Kansas City kid's face, and you're going to say, you don't deserve it. You got enough already, little guy. Did I mention this kid has dying?
Cancer. Yeah.
That's how he got the tickets. He is, it was a Make-A-Wish situation.
Got it, yeah.
And
it turns out he has this other condition where he sweats a lot.
Yeah.
So he does need an adult man sweatband in order to collect all that.
He has hypergasmopluxmia, which is real bad in his case.
Doctor said he needs a bacchiotomy.
He needs 2 bacchiotomies, actually. The double bacchiotomy is a rare procedure. This kid needs it. Rip him soon, but I guess he might get the sweatband back at some point in time.
Do your job, TikTok.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Get out there. Docs everybody, including the lady. All right, when we come back, well, you know what? We got to let's work in very quickly this story because I teased it. I want to talk about it. A group of mountain bikers, all right? They're out there doing their thing, which is, I guess, pedaling bikes up in mountains. It seems very, not familiar to me, but this is what they're up to. And the story says, mountain bikers discover half-naked woman wandering through the Idaho wilderness, which is so crazy to me, but that's what actually happened in this case. A group of mountain bikers accidentally discovered and rescued a half-naked and bleeding woman. Not only half-naked, she's bleeding out there.
From where?
In the Idaho wilderness. And it doesn't say just yet. Could be from her eyes, from her, Heather Wayment, 46, was reported missing by her family around 9:10 a.m. on September 17th. That's a couple of weeks ago. And she failed to return from a hike in Prairie Creek. Her family said they last heard from her on September 16th. They found her vehicle about 3:20 p.m. that same day. Police discovered her abandoned vehicle, and they sparked a wider search. Teams on foot were accompanied by dogs and drones, but the woman was discovered by some mountain bikers who were on their annual camping trip. Brothers Tommy and Vinton Gwynn and their friend Shelton Robinson found this woman. She was wandering in her underwear with bleeding feet in the mountains about 17 miles from her vehicle. How did this woman get there? What was the reasoning for all of this? We're going to talk about this. We'll get to the details on that and a whole lot more. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traveling on I-4 this afternoon, you're going to run into some slowdowns eastbound between Osceola Parkway and Apopka Vineland Road, and heading through the city, there's some congestion there. There's also a couple accidents to keep an eye out for on State Road 436 northbound at Lake Underhill Road. Multiple lanes are getting affected there on the Greenway southbound at Lake Mary Boulevard. Crews are off to the shoulder, clearing up a crash. See traffic.
HCA Florida West Orange Emergency. HCA Florida
Hello.
West Orange Emergency in Winter Garden is now open 24/7.
God bless you, Skull Bikers.
HCA Florida Healthcare.
Good to have you on board today.
Department is part of HCA Florida Osceola.
If you wouldn't mind, can you click the like button on the stream?
Guys, your kitchen's calling and she wants
If you wouldn't mind.
So if you're ready for that upgrade,
I don't want to press you on it, but it would help a lot if you just hit that like button.
Kitchen suite, you gotta hurry into Southeast Steel Appliance Warehouse. Shop by October 1st. That's the day to take advantage of this year's largest rebates on eligible LG appliances. And that's
Where's the like button? It's right.
From Southeast
It's right there.
Also can score
See it?
a free second-year warranty on
It's right there.
LG appliances.
Hit the like button.
You might even be eligible for additional savings with rebates on delivery and installation. Get the best deals.
It's in your mother's butt? What the hell?
At Southeast Steel, because at Southeast Steel, you get the best deal.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
I don't know if you heard the news, but utility companies are saying that the largest rate increase in the U.S. is happening very soon. Stop renting your electricity and own it by going to SolarSource. SolarSource.com/monsters. They can help you with big savings when it comes to your energy. They've been helping people for like over 40 years, and they're really experienced. Over 60,000 systems installed. You tell them Russ Rollins sent you, and
Okay.
you can save even more money. Go to SolarSource.com/monsters. That SolarSource.
Like button is the thumbs up symbol. Yes. Yes, the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. For most people, hit the like button. For those of you who don't know what the like button is, hit this thing. Boop. There you go. Hello? I can turn it off? Okay. What are you doing? Okay. Be safe out. See you later. Love you. Be safe out there. I screwed it up. The like button is your D? No, you weirdo. It's down there.
With a big drone display afterwards. This is going to be great. It's a festival that starts at 5 p.m. at Sunset Park in downtown Mount Dora. It's free to the public.
Now, I don't know if this is actually going to get any traction and go anywhere, but I did see Trump's big Gaza plan. A lot of people have signed on. A lot of people have signed on and co-signed Trump's big Gaza plan, including many leaders, prominent leaders in the Middle East, including, believe it or not, the Pope himself. The Pope has signed on to Trump's Gaza deal. The only group left to sign on to Trump's Gaza deal, the most difficult to get to sign along to it, or to go along with the deal, and that is Hamas. They, so far, have not signed on. But that would be an interesting development. And it would include a lot of things. It would be like this organizational group, including Trump and Tony Blair, the former British Prime Minister, who would be in charge of Gaza. Hamas would be allowed to safely leave and go into other countries that would take them in. And then Gaza would be rebuilt by these people, which is gonna be a lot of work.
Showcasing the best chili creations from 10 venues from around the promenade. Margarita
Pope Leo says yes, though.
Encore Resort at Reunion. Central Florida foodie influencers and media will vote for the
All right, 2 minutes, and we're coming back from break. My question to you, get your guesses in now. How long is the government shutdown going to last? The plug has been pulled. The government is in shutdown mode. You can blame whoever you'd like. We'll get to that in a bit, and who I think is to blame, and what's going on, what's going to happen next. But how long do you predict the government shutdown is going to last? How long? 69 days. That's a big stretch. So that's a while. 37 weeks. 67 days. $1, Bob. Kevin says 35 days. I'll catalog this to go back when it all ends to determine who was right. 3.14 days, pi days. 90 seconds. 67 days, says Keith. I think it will be over in the next 2 weeks. 14 days or less. That's my guess. 14 days or less, government shutdown is over. Guaranteed. What do you think? Who cares, Day, says Flats Fisherman. He's not worried about this. He's not worried about this at all, I guess. 525,600 minutes, All Day Yuckers says. That's the AIDS song. He's talking about the AIDS song. 525,600 AIDS. That's what he's doing. Here we go, coming back live.
Bruising or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's
You had going through the most viral stories of the day, and it's the show for you. I think it's the place that you've arrived at that you're going to be most comfortable. And if you're new around here, welcome. Learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. Back into the story about this woman found half naked. She was just in her underwear. Her feet are bleeding all over the place in the mountains. These mountain bikers discover her, and they're trying to figure out, like, why is this woman here? What the hell is going on? But real quick, before we get to those details on that story now going viral, there is an update. Remember we talked about in New York City,
Big Apple.
when they had that big bust, they found this empty room. It was like a boiler room. And in the room, there was all this equipment, including 100,000 plus SIM cards. And there was various other rooms like it around. They said it could text every American in like some short period of time.
12 seconds, 12 minutes.
Yeah, like every single American could be texted by this giant spam setup. And when the Secret Service busted this, because it started with some swatting on politicians, the investigation did, they made it like this was a huge terrorist organization, cartel organization tool. I don't know if any of that was true, right? We'll find out. But the feds found 200,000 more SIM cards at a location across the water in Jersey. And so now, they're talking about 300,000 SIM cards all in one location. I would love to see the amount of spam texts going to everybody's cell phone in the United States of America before and after this. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how many.
I mean, now that you mention it, I don't know that I've gotten as many. Yeah, there are some that pop up.
I'm still getting old Representative Darren Soto texts.
See, I often go to delete, report, junk, all that, block, and then you'll get the same thing, and it's usually with something that pops off in the news. Like,
right.
You're not going to believe, now we're signing a petition. You got to act now, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, it's spam.
Yeah.
But there was 1 week where it's like every single day, multiple times a day.
I'll tell you what, though.
Or you'll get the one that says, hey, the meeting time has changed. You're like, the meeting time has changed?
Oh, I haven't gotten that.
Oh, my God. I get all of these. It'll be like, hey, where you been? I haven't talked to you in so long.
Man.
All of these things will just be rando statements, and I'll go, I don't know who this person is. Blocked and reported. Some of them are probably not spam, but I got to be careful. I have to really block off things around me to protect myself because they now have found at least 300,000 SIM cards. And for those of you who don't know, each SIM card is equivalent to like a phone, just sitting there calling, texting.
Right.
And when it shuts down, they generate a new number for it, and round we go.
Riddle me this. When it comes to all these SIM cards, that's something you can buy as easily as you do an SD card?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
and then
you can
attaching
buy,
it to a cellular service, easy too?
Easy enough, yes, and they have software that runs this. But here's the crazy thing, Sabrina. To get this, that means there's no way that the SIM card providers don't know, hey, one group is bulk buying hundreds of thousands of SIM cards. There's no legitimate purpose for something like that.
I think there are, though. I think there are.
What if you're like your mom and pop cell store?
They're not going to have hundreds of thousands of SIM cards. The most busy cell phone store in the United States of America won't hold a candle to that. It must be clear to the SIM card sales groups that hey, these people who keep buying so many off of them, these are this is a spam factory. That's a frustrating thing when there's business. A small amount of people are making a lot of money off of something, and then everybody else is inconvenienced and annoyed by it. That's what's happening with this kind of stuff. And this is only the tip of the iceberg. There's way more of these out there, in my opinion.
Did you read that article I sent you? Did I send it to you?
I don't know. Probably
not. I think I did send it to you. It was kind of a little intense on the nerdy side, but it was somebody who had built a portion of what these people had done for marketing purposes for his company. They decided that to hire a company to do the things that they wanted to do, marketing wise, would have been a little pricey. So they decided to DIY this setup. And some of the devices that we saw in those pictures were available on AliExpress or Alibaba. Mm-hmm. And it was probably where you're getting maybe the SIM cards too.
That's crazy.
And then, and then he had it all set up, and then he figured out open source software that he could use, free open source software to operate them.
Yeah. I mean, I could see how there's some uses like that. That's small scale, of course. But it makes sense that somebody would want to do that. But when they have 100,000 or 200,000, I think they're just blasting all of our phones. And they're saying some of the terrorist groups buy access to this or cartels. Maybe. I don't even care. Honestly, I'm more annoyed by the spam. We'll get the spam first, cartels second.
What do cartels need it for?
I don't know. Threatening other people or streaming something. I have no idea. But we'll see what you think about this. Let us know. Send us your dispatches over on thenewsjunkie.com. Let's go back to this story. Woman found in her underwear, bloody, on the side of a mountain. This is the moment, I guess, that these local bikers stumbled upon this woman and brought her back. This woman, Heather Wayment, she looks tiny. I don't know if she lost any weight out here or anything, but she was out into the wilderness. She's holding onto the back of somebody on a dirt bike to be rescued from the scene. And the story from East Idaho News this time says, for 2 intense days, search crews scoured the rugged central Idaho wilderness for missing Blaine County hiker Heather Wayment while her family, friends, and community waited anxiously for news. However, the breakthrough didn't come from the organized search teams, but 3 mountain bikers who had no idea anybody was even missing despite the coverage. Brothers Tommy and Vinton Gwynn, along with their best friend Shelton, were on their annual mountain biking trip. They find this woman wandering in her underwear and covered in blood. That's a little freaky. She's 17 miles away from her vehicle where that was abandoned. She was reported missing September 17th. All right? September 17th. When was she found? I guess it was 2 days later, it says, or at least 2 days they were searching.
I mean, that's still a long time to be by yourself with no clothes on.
Yeah, that's bad. What happened here is the question. Waymet was reported missing by family members. Her vehicle was located at the trailhead. Everybody was searching for her. They said at the junction of Mule Creek and Big Smoky Creek, they spotted this woman.
A junction I know quite well, yeah.
They spotted her way off the trail, severely disoriented, with scratches all over her legs, no shoes, and, quote, raw, bleeding feet, which sounds rough. She appeared dehydrated and malnourished, they said. She had taken off her shorts in an attempt to bandage her feet, so she was just in her underwear. She left her phone in the car and had nothing else with her. She was obviously in bad shape. They said we got her some filtered water from the creek and gave her a jacket. Finally, she started talking. Yeah. But she hadn't talked to them. When they found her, she didn't talk for like 15, 20 minutes. And then finally they gave her some water and she started talking. And she told us her name and said she was lost. I don't know how she ended up wandering around down here. I mean, they literally were in the middle of nowhere, this lady. And they got her back to safety. Now she's at home. She's on the mend. And they're looking out for her. But I don't know what it was that caused her to just... Not yet.
Why she ended up there.
No explanation for why she wandered out there to begin with and was headed around that area.
If she became disoriented about like that and, she was dehydrated and stuff, she might not remember what went wrong that got her lost. So she might not have an explanation.
That's true. And after a couple of days, I guess that can happen, right? And I think that could happen to you. I'm seeing if anybody else has the stories about her. I see her face in some of these photos. She was 46 years old, missing for 2 days. Nothing really says exactly what it was that happened to her, but they were able to get her some help and rescue her. Thank God. I'll keep an eye on the story and give you updates as they come in. All right, let's see here. We'll get a couple of your emails in. You can email the show at any time. tips@thenewsjunkie.com, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. This is from Eric, who says, good afternoon. My wife and I are staying downtown and we'll be attending the roast on October 30th. Well, thank you.
Nice.
That's going to be exciting. It's going to be such a fun event. The exclusive event details over at thenewsjunkie.com/roast. We plan to eat prior at Judson's and expect the show to run about 90 minutes or so based on your previous comments. Is there a plan or the stirrings of a plan for after the roast? Are there any other venues that stay open later? Oh, yeah, there's plenty of stuff around there that stays open. You might want to scoot away from the main downtown area, but there are lots of different options for you. And we'll get into some more details as the month of October rolls on what you could be up to. But it's going to be awesome. Make sure you're there for the event, thenewsjunkie.com/roast. Somebody, Poop Mascoots, I don't know, responding about the Kansas City Karen. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com. She bragged about how Mahomes gave it right to her. They said it's the second clip in the article. I don't know if she said that or the other one we heard. Here's somebody else. She initially brags about grabbing it herself. Let's hear. This is just the overall moment.
Yo, she just stole that from me.
That's the kid.
I got Mahomes game-wearing headband.
Okay. But he came to her.
He came to her.
That's right. I just want to be very clear.
I don't know if he really did come to her, but yeah, there she is. She's wearing the Giants outfit. That was her. And she says, he came to me. But it didn't exactly look like that.
My boyfriend's going to wear it while he makes love to me tonight.
He came to her. He came to her, he's saying. Thank you for the email. Thank you for the additional information. Always welcome. A bunch of other people talking about that same issue. Mike emails the show. It says Health Insurance Live. Okay, so already the BS begins. The holdup on the American government being shut down are extensions on subsidies for health insurance, which keeps it affordable for millions of Americans. Immediately, we are subjected to the false claims that it's for insurance for illegals, which is a complete lie. It's illegal for undocumented people to receive these benefits, so you can't fund that. But of course, it's repeated endlessly. That's what Trump and a lot of prominent Republicans have been saying. It is absolutely true that illegal immigrants are not yet eligible for programs like Medicaid and Medicare and the Affordable Care Act stuff. That's true. They are not eligible for that. Now, a lot of these leaders in Congress would like them to be. A lot of these folks would like them to be. But the states that do this are state funded, not federally funded. I talked about that yesterday on the show. We'll talk later on the show about who's to blame for the showdown or shutdown between the parties and the government here. But right now, let's keep moving. Somebody says, hide this from Courtney. It's an ugly Halloween blow up. Let me see if this is any good. Just out of curiosity. Oh, you know what? There's so many options now.
Dude, that's fun.
It's an alien spaceship that is hovering over the ground, and then you can see that it's about to scoop up a cow.
Okay, but does it scoop up the cow? Like, if we were to see a video of this thing,
would
the cow be like raising up into the UFO?
If it vacuums up the cow, then that is going in my front yard. That is pretty cool. I don't think it would, though. It looks rather small in just the space that it's in here that I'm judging from. But very cool. Thank you for sending that along. Appreciate it. And let's see, maybe one more for now. Here is NC, who says, hey, I was turned on to this show by listening to Bill Burr's podcast. Bill Burr gave you guys a shout out in 2021 around the time Gabby Petito went missing, and I've been listening ever since. It's so funny to imagine him losing his mind when you guys talk about him, his bits. Sean roasted his last special, but it was a decently accurate analysis. I don't know. I don't remember him talking about us. He might have. But I don't remember roasting necessarily Bill Burr's last special. I just thought it wasn't his best. I like him a lot. I think he's funny. And I thought his last one was like, it wasn't as good as his previous material. So, yeah, that was my take on that.
I don't know if I saw his most recent special.
I think it's his most recent one. I forgot. But it was not too long ago. Last couple of years, Bill Burr's special. We talked about that afterwards. All right, let's see. We're going to get all updated with you. We got dispatches coming in. That's your voice, your opinion coming into the show. Record yours right now on the newsjunkie.com. We'll get back to who you blame for the government shutdown and see what your thoughts are. And also, there's a story about a dog owner that is kind of blowing my mind right now. Kind of rocking my mind and blowing my world.
Is it the famous one?
It might be. I think I know what you're talking about. Talk about the celebrity who's involved. I saw that story. We might have to bring that up too.
I thought maybe there was a reason you didn't do that story.
No, but we'll go on that level too. But when we come back, there was a guy who got really upset about something that happened to his dog and went full unhinged nutso. What did this man do? Wait till you hear this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is.
The monsters in the morning. And then dragons will burn the whole earth down.
Dragons were never real, Amber.
Really?
No, they were not ever real.
I'm pretty sure dragons were real.
Hey, everybody.
The roadways are wide open on most of the major ones. On I-4, you're just going to run into some slowdowns between Osceola Parkway and Apopka Vineland Road, some congestion through the
Hang
city.
tight.
There's also a couple accidents.
I got a new clip from J.D. Vance that we got to play about the government shutdown.
Up on the Greenway southbound.
Oh!
See traffic troubles. Called the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the traffic center in James, Birmingham.
Stand by.
Is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
My name is Arnold Bogarty, and prior to me enrolling in Rasmussen to become a nurse, I spent 16 years in the military. I went to visit the campus. The facilities were amazing.
Can I tell you, just between you and I, the Republican strategy of saying the shutdown is over illegal immigrants getting health care, bad strategy. Bad strategy. All you had to do was say, we want to fund the government, we have a plan. The Democrats are trying to use this to get partisan health care changes done that they can't get because they lost the last election. The public will immediately side with Republicans saying they're the ones who want to fund the government. The Democrats are the ones not voting for this, and you get a W for doing it. But pushing the fake news part about the illegal aliens getting health care is a bad strategy. Because when people find out you're not telling the truth, that's a loss every time. Or it should be. Bad strategy. Bad strategy. This will be an easy win. Just say, look, we had a stopgap measure to fund the government. All these federal workers could be working right now. The government could be cruising along with no problems. But every single Republican voted for this stopgap measure. Only 3 of the Democrats did. But instead it's like, we can't do that. It's too defensive. That's dumb. Shutdown edits for both parties is getting so old. Can't we just go to majority rules? That would be the move of getting rid of the filibuster nuke. The healthcare demands are not changes. It's extending what's already in place. It's against federal law to use tax dollars to give illegal immigrants health care. That's not correct. The Democrats are actively asking for a reversal on changes that they voted into effect. They are the ones asking for something different outside of this funding. But it is not anything that will yet open the door for illegal immigrants to get health care. It's complicated because I know, like, if you had Hakeem Jeffries talking to the DNC and you said, hey, Hakeem, do you think even the illegal immigrants in this country, the Dreamers, these other groups, do you think that they should get health care, free health care? They believe in that. They believe in that. But that's not what's necessarily happening here. It's also illegal for immigrants to enter the country illegally, but here we are. True. True. Turns out having a revolving door for 40 years is not a great idea. It turns out taking in immigrants nonstop can completely upend cities. If you look at Minnesota and what's happening there, it's absolutely fucking unhinged. Okay? In Minnesota in particular, there's a city that was in the 1980s 12% Arab American. It's now 54% Arab American. There are 12 mosques within the city limits, and first they elected a bunch of Arab American officials, then they changed all the laws, and now they blare the call to prayer all day long from 5 o'clock in the morning on, blasted through all these neighborhoods. Stories I saw suggested that up to 50% of the city has to hear the call of prayer for a religion they're not even part of, because this explosion in immigration made the entire city majority Arab American. That's crazy. Crazy. 1 minute. I recall last year Republicans were so against stopgap measures and now they're all for it. Probably true. I'm like, no, we shouldn't do short little stopgap funding for the government. That only gets us another month. We should fund the government for 4 years at a time, which honestly seems like a better idea. Like, I don't want our government shutting down all the time. It makes us look like a, B tier, C tier country. We're A tier, baby. A1.
It's all at your fingertips on the iHeartRadio app.
Appreciate you taking my call, guys.
Lock in with your favorite teams with play-by-play podcasts and local stations where you can react and join the conversation. Sports on iHeartRadio, where fans live it.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D. grand. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Now back to the most viral newsroom on planet Earth. This
that hopefully your friend told you about. Welcome into the world's most viral newsroom. And you can learn more about the show right now by going to the website, thenewsjunkie.com. Tell me at which point this became illegal. All right? At what point did this become a crime is my question for you. We start off with a man who loves his dog. And I think we can all connect with that. All three of us have a dog. I have a dog named Lady. It's a beautiful Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. She's fantastic, and I love her in every way, and I'd stab you over or kill another dog if I had to defend her life. Okay. I don't want to, but I would. And Celine and Sabrina both have dogs. Sabrina has a little dog named Carl, who's
He's a beautiful rescue, but has been determined to be a full-bred Yorkie.
It could be one age, could be another age. We're not sure exactly how old
we've landed
Carl is.
on 6, 7 years old, and he has the biggest ears on this side of the Mississippi.
He's a little guy, and then the biggest of all three of them is Sea-Lane's dog's Lexi, Sea-Lane dog singular Lexi.
Mm-hmm.
That's for something I didn't hear about.
No, just the one.
Mm-hmm.
Just the one.
Lexi's
she looks like a beagle with a little bit of
she does.
Schmear.
No, she's got beagle
Lab?
colors. It looks like a little bit of boxer in her, but the DNA test was 26% Chihuahua.
Oh, all right. That's a lot of power and confidence in that Chihuahua blood. That's what happens there.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy, his name is Alberto Hernandez. Okay, and this guy had quite the day. And I want you to tell me, at what point did this guy go too far and break the law? First thing that happened was he's hanging out, and some guy crashes a car into his dog. And unfortunately, his dog dies.
Oh.
All right? And so, okay, I feel bad for this guy.
Fatality.
Somebody crashes their car, hits his dog, and kills his dog. Person's trying to leave. So he pulls out his gun. Has he committed a crime yet? He pulls out his gun to stop the person from fleeing the incident where he crashed into his dog. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's worthy of you being able to stop somebody with a firearm. I don't know, legally speaking. I don't mind it morally, but legally speaking. So he holds the guy at gunpoint, says, "You're not going anywhere. You stay right here." And he takes the guy and forces him to dig a grave for the dog so that he can properly bury the dog. Has he committed a crime yet? Is he now is he's on the criminal side of things? He said, you killed my dog. You dig the grave that's going to bury him right now. Then he goes, "Get back in your vehicle." Has the guy go to an ATM. "Now you're going to pay me for the dog." And at gunpoint, he has the guy withdraw money from the ATM.
This guy hit the wrong dog. You hit the wrong dog, man.
This is some, what's the kid? John Wick. This is some John Wick level stuff right here. This guy probably at that point is breaking the law, I would think. But let's see. KWTX has the story about this dog owner gone full-on John Wick.
We're learning a Mineola man has been accused of holding a person at gunpoint for hitting his dog.
All right.
Police documents say that he forced the victim to dig a grave, withdraw money from an ATM to compensate him, and reveal a home address.
Damn.
Now, according to an arrest...
He got charged with aggravated robbery, and a bond is set at $300,000 for Alberto Hernandez. I don't know if the other guy got charged, but we'll see here. I mean, he ran into the dog. He killed this person's dog, although maybe that's not even illegal.
Last document obtained by our team here at KLTV and KTRE through an open records request. The victim went to police station for a voluntary interview. Now, the man said that he was driving home on September 8th when he hit an animal. Again, this is according to the affidavit.
All right.
He then pulled over to fix his bumper, but a silver Ford pickup stopped behind him. The document goes on to say that the victim claimed that Alberto Hernandez, 22, who you see pictured here on your screen, got out and pointed what appeared to be a MAC-10 submachine pistol at him.
Oh, damn. He's got like a gangster gun that he's pulling out. A MAC-10. You go, you just hit my dog? Did you kill my dog? You folks over on chat are suggesting he has made multiple mistakes here. Kidnapping and armed robbery for holding him at gunpoint to withdraw money. The money thing is definitely over the line in a crime.
Yeah.
I feel like morally, the holding him at gunpoint and having him dig the grave for your dead dog feels excusable. It feels like, you know what? You killed my dog. You are going to pay. Here's what's happening. You're going to dig the grave for this dog. I'm not doing it. That stuff feels okay. Even though it's not legal, feels okay to me morally. But the holding them at gunpoint and having them go to the ATM, probably going to get you every time.
And then threatened to shoot him. The victim told authorities that he pleaded for his life. Hernandez allegedly forced the man at gunpoint to pick up the body of the dog from a nearby ditch and carry it to his yard. The affidavit says that he took the man's keys and phone and then kept the gun pointed while he demanded the man to take a shovel and dig a hole to bury the dog. The victim said that Hernandez then went into the house and came back with an AR-style gun with optics and 2 attached magazines.
Bro, you killed Rambo's dog. This guy is coming out with more and more weapons, and now he's been arrested. He's been hit with several charges here, including aggravated robbery.
And if he didn't get enough money, he would reach out to get more if he wasn't fully compensated. The 2 then drove back, and the affidavit goes on to say that the victim's mother had come to the scene and parked near the victim's vehicle.
So that was where this all stopped. They're like, what the hell's happening here? You cannot do this. At what point did this guy go wrong? Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. He was probably pissed. He was probably very upset about his dog. But unfortunately, there are laws in the United States of America, and I think that violates a couple of them. But let us know what you think. So Booty Sweat says over on Twitch, the thing I really want to know if it was actually his dog. Well, I mean, if it wasn't his dog and it was just some random dog, that would be incredibly weird.
This guy really loves animals.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he would get that mad if it wasn't actually his dog, but I'll keep an eye on that story for updates as well. We're talking about the government shutdown today. Who do you blame for all of this? All right? Who do you blame? The Republicans, the Democrats,
the independents?
The Trump administration is saying that it's the Democrats' fault. We had a stopgap funding measure that would have funded the government. All the Republicans signed on to it and voted for it. 3 Democrats, I think, voted for it. All the rest of the Democrats voted against it. So who do you blame? You blame them. And then they asked him afterwards, what do we think about the government shutting down? Let's listen to Trump talking about that.
Thank you very much, Lynn. Okay, any questions, please?
Mr. President, as we inch closer to a government shutdown,
this was right before.
You said you might do a lot of layoffs. If DOGE is already reducing the federal workforce, why is it necessary to link more federal jobs cut to a shutdown?
So she's saying if you're going to fire more people, why do you want to do that?
The Democrats want to shut it down, so when you shut it down, you have to do layoffs. So we'd be laying off a lot of people that are going to be very affected, and the Democrats, they're going to be Democrats. As you know, no country can afford to pay for illegal immigration, health care for everybody that comes into the country, and that's what they're insisting.
That's what he's saying. That's Trump. But by the way, that's not true because they can't get access to those programs. But it's what a lot of the Republican leadership is saying, including, I think, here's J.D. Vance saying the same thing on Fox.
This is a Democrat talking point. They say we're not actually trying to give health care benefits to illegal aliens, and here's why it's not true. There are 2 Biden-era programs that explicitly gave the taxpayer health care money to illegal aliens that we turned off when President Trump took over in January. Program number 1 is there's a lot of emergency health care at hospitals that are provided to illegal aliens. That was funded by the federal government. We turned off that funding because, of course, we want American citizens to benefit from those hospital services, not to be taxed and then to have those hospital services go to illegal aliens.
By the way that works is, and this, okay, call me crazy. This is how it should be. All right, this is how it should be. The way it works is if anybody, even the poorest among us, It's a big misnomer in the world of insurance, health insurance. But if anybody, even the poorest among us, has an injury, has something wrong with us, has a disease that's stricken us, and you go to the emergency room, no matter who you are, they take care of you. Okay? In the United States of America, it literally doesn't exist that you go to the emergency room with your arm cut off and they go, "Oh, sorry, you don't have any insurance."
Need a deposit first.
That's not reality. That's what people always throw up there when they talk about health insurance in America. It's not true. Everybody would get emergency services, even illegal immigrants, right? And I happen to think they should. Even people in this country illegally, if you get into an accident, you cut your hand off with a lawnmower or something, I think that person should still get some help when they go to the emergency room. I don't think we should have the illegal immigrants in the country to begin with, but if they're here and they're bleeding outside the hospital, I think they should help them. And I think
what happened when that crazy guy shot at the ICE bus? It was 2 or 3 immigrants. One was killed, but 2 others were rushed to a hospital.
Yep. Yeah, they brought them to the hospital.
Were they denied their help?
I don't believe so. No. Yeah. And I honestly don't think most people, if you pin them and ask them that question, like the people shot by that sniper, they're here in this country illegally, right? They shouldn't be in this country illegally. When they get to the hospital, should they be refused care? I don't think. What person's going to say yes to that? They're like a fringe loser if you're saying yes to that. The problem is when the government then funds, or I guess you should say, refunds the hospital for the care of that illegal immigrant. But I'm fine with that. I want this all to be clamped down on. I want us to get everything in order with immigration in this country. But I don't want this America where if somebody is here illegally or overstayed a visa or whatever, and they show up with a leg cut off or somebody shot them in the crotch, and they go to the hospital, it's like, sorry, we can't help you out here. So I'm fine with that. We'll get to the other part of J.D. Vance's statement in a bit as we go further into the government shutdown stuff. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Tyrese Gibson was in Fast and the Furious, but now he was not fast enough to turn himself in, and Georgia police are furious. Bill Burr is speaking up and sharing his experience performing at the Saudi Arabia Hogtoberfest and from the top of his money mountain. Plus, if you ever wondered what Michael Jackson smells like, wonder no more thanks to Lionel Richie. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries at 8 p.m.
Hello! Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Hang on, I gotta save this for a banger story for jury duty next hour. Banger story. How do you feel about my comments there? Do you agree or disagree? If somebody is illegally in the United States of America and they go to an emergency room, do you think they should get health care? Yes or no? An illegal immigrant goes to an emergency room in the United States of America. Yes or no, should they get help at the emergency room?
At Lowe's, save on job site supplies with my
Lynette says it's a Hippocratic oath.
Members enjoy discounts on qualifying orders.
I'll tell you the only good argument against this in a second.
Any other discount, contract and/or special pricing, exclusions, more terms and restrictions.
I agree, let's help the people who need it while making sure people aren't taking advantage. Of course they should get help, LOL. Yep, they're part of why the system is broke. Yes, healthcare, yes. Health coverage, no. If a doctor wants to do it for free, they can. Yes, healthcare is a human right. Yes, I would expect the same if traveling to another country. True. If I overstayed a visa in Costa Rica, and I'm out, as I am from time to time, swinging on vines in the rainforest, one of those vines drops. Wow. I break my leg. I think the Costa Ricans should at least help put Humpty Dumpty back together again. All right? Everybody says yes, of course. This is why I said it. This seems like a very obvious thing. Everybody, when they go to the emergency room, should get help. It's like the least we could do, no matter who they are. If it's a criminal who escaped prison, if it's somebody who just shot up a gas station in some kind of brawl, and then they got shot too, they should still get help when they go to the emergency room. Or if it's an illegal immigrant. The only argument that holds any water against this is, yes, Sean, yes, but the hospital should take this as an L because the guy doesn't have insurance. Yes, the guy should get care at the hospital, but the government shouldn't be funding it. And by the government funding that thing that we all agree on, by the government refunding the hospitals for that emergency care for those illegals, you are there ipso facto providing health care to illegal immigrants. That's the only argument. But I think it's dumb. Because this is how it works for everybody. This is our health insurance situation is broken for all of these reasons. 2 minutes. I'm going to need psychiatric help after all these politics. Hey, this is healthcare, baby. This is important because it's the core issue of why the government shutdown battle is happening. It's central to that.
Your career wants you to move to Ohio. So many amazing growth opportunities.
The government provides plenty of things I don't agree with and skips important things it should fund more, says Cal. Kelly says so many utilizing ER services as primary and for minor and urgent care, it strains the resources for true life or death emergencies. Don't complain about wait time. Interesting.
Launch your search at callohiohome.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation. And a
The silent coda says universal health care and free government education for the medical field. The tough thing there is getting the doctors to take that pay cut. You got to tell those doctors you're going to take a big fat pay cut. It's like a life with a whole bunch of collegiate debt, school debt, and education debt, or a life where you're making much smaller paychecks because it's going to be government funded and healthcare is going to be free. That's a big change to the system. Anyhow, let's go do the next episode. Here we go.
Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at eloquist.com or call 1-855-ELOQUIST. Storms coming. Prep with Gorilla Tape. It's tough, weather resistant, and uneven surfaces.
More at eloquist.com or call 1-855-ELOQUIST.
Storms coming? Prep with Gorilla Tape. It's tough, weather resistant, and sticks to rough and uneven surfaces. Patch, hold, seal, and protect. Gorilla Tape holds strong in wind and rain. Gorilla Tape. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Broadcasting live from the world's most dysfunctional think tank. This is the news.
Of entertainment and beyond. The big event coming up October 30th. We're in the month of October. We're just 29-ish days away.
Oh, man.
That's right. Get your tickets to the roast. It's October 30th at Judson's Live, the most beautiful venue for a classy event like you've never seen. Details at thenewsjunkie.com/roast. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
If you're nasty, junkie.
Ooh, I'm nasty.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don, thatmortgageguyDon.com, and of course, the Loans Radio Show. If you're refinancing, buying your first dream home, the mortgage rates are up and down, but I can tell you that you will be up in attitude and good feelings when you're working with That Mortgage Guy Don. He's an expert, he's your friend, and he makes the process easy. Start that process by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
A mere 34 years ago, 1991, a white, crystal-beaded glove worn by...
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
He's the glove guy.
He is a glove guy. And OJ a little bit, but that was
Ooh, which one do you think would get more money at an auction?
Damn. I don't know. Probably the Michael Jackson one, I think.
Well, it was on this day. It was stolen, actually, from the Motown Museum of Detroit. And you'll never guess who foolishly offered, at that time, $50,000 for its return.
Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson did not offer. It was somebody else. 50 grand.
Smokey Robinson.
Nah, dog.
Oh, MC Hammer.
Yeah. This may or may not have to do with his bankruptcy thing that happened.
He went kind of wild on the money.
Fact, but no idea. Did they get the glove back? I feel like they did.
They usually find that kind of stuff. I mean, it's hard to hide it.
Ruby slippers from Wizard of Oz took decades to get back.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
Big thing indeed. And speaking of Michael Jackson, I know you've been wondering what he smelled like, and now we got the answer. Apparently, Michael Jackson stank.
Yeah, really? It's like it's just stinky overall?
So stinky. And this, according to Lionel Richie, of all people, he has a new memoir out. It's called Truly, which is also, fun fact, my favorite Lionel Richie song.
Oh, I don't even know if I know Truly, do I?
Truly in love with you, girl.
Oh, maybe.
And that's his new memoir, and he says him and Quincy Jones nickname Michael Smelly because he wouldn't wear deodorant or change or wash his clothes
Great nickname.
for days. What's up,
We came
Smelly?
up with the clever name of Smelly for Michael Jackson. Nailed him.
His day-to-day life was what you would call eccentric, like an absent-minded professor, but still a kid. We have our quirks. Whenever Michael came to visit me, he was wearing whatever, jeans, a T-shirt, and the jeans were either falling off of him or too short to even be jeans, and, well, stanky. So there you have it. A lot more juicy gossip, I'm sure, in the new memoir. Also, speaking of juicy gossip, we now have word from Bill Burr, who, have we confirmed he talked about us?
Oh, who knows?
I do have audio of this.
Really?
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Interesting.
I cannot play it yet.
Okay.
All right.
Because
you have to have AI make it.
There's a few F-bombs in it. No. This is 100% from a Bill Burr podcast.
Interesting.
Okay. Well, we'll hear it a little later on in the show then.
Well, right now, Bill Burr still being the subject of some hate or curiosity when it came to the Saudi Arabia Comedy Fest.
Oh, people were big mad about this. Yeah.
Despite all the criticism, he thinks it's going to, quote, lead to a lot of positive things.
He wants that money, man.
Of course. And he's probably one of the comedians that's getting that 1.5 mil for 50 minutes. That ain't too shabby.
This is like when you're arguing with your partner and they start making some really good points, but you still want to do the thing. And you're like, I hear you. But if you considered, and you
this is going to lead to a lot of positive things.
Really? Let me tell you the positive part about me getting a mill for going over to Saudi Arabia and doing a stand-up.
Along with my good friend Whitney Cummings and Kevin Hart. He says, you think everybody's going to be screaming death to America and they're going to have like machetes and want to like chop my head off, right? Because this is what I've been fed about that part of the world. I thought this place was going to be really tense. I'm thinking like, is that a Starbucks next to a pizza, next to a Burger King, next to McDonald's? They got a Chili's over there.
Oh,
Waka
they're fine
waka.
then. Yeah, never mind.
As for the censorship, he says the organizers softened their rules in order to get all the comics on board. Ultimately, he said the only things they couldn't joke about were the royals and the religion, but for the most part, they're just like us.
I don't feel like they are.
No, I feel like they're significantly richer than us. And so are all the comedians that are performing.
Like, when I think about the day-to-day life of not even the Saudi leadership, but just the average Saudi Arabian person and my day-to-day life, I just think we're different.
Kidding me? Yeah, just a little bit. What would my dress be like now? I mean, you wouldn't. How can I talk on a microphone? Would I be able to talk on a microphone?
You probably wouldn't be able to have a job with a microphone. No, not as a woman in Saudi Arabia.
Is that good news for some people here?
Well, Whitney Cummings is allowed over there.
That's true.
Well, will she have to do her set with, she has to cover her face? No ankles?
I think they have provisions for stuff like that.
Also, good news. I meant to bring this up yesterday, but it's worth letting all you gamers know that EA is in talks to be owned by Saudi Arabia's public investment fund.
Ooh.
Exciting.
I think that deal is already done.
Oh, can we confirm though? It's the value is 55. Let me just make sure. $1 billion.
Yeah,
by the
video
way,
game money.
That means your Sims, your big football game, Madden NFL, is going to be owned by the Saudis. So,
big monies.
So it did go through, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
So they have the golf, they have NBA, the comedians, and now Sims.
They have a lot of money to throw around, and they want people to view them differently. They want to change their the way the world views them, which, that's okay, but there's some problems.
One way to do it. Speaking of money, but nothing close to what they paid for EA Sports or to Bill Burr, last night's game of Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard something about this.
What'd you hear, bud?
Somebody finally hit the mill.
Oh, yeah. Biggest winner in history.
Really?
Lady from Connecticut went home with not one, but $1 million.
Well, hold on. Is that
$1,035,155 plus trips to Tokyo and Montana?
Ooh. Does this make sense? Is the $1 million because it's like a little slice of the big spinny wheel?
It's a slice of the spinny wheel. A lot of things have to happen.
A little
for you.
one, right?
Spinny wheel,
a lot of things
like
have to happen for you to win $1 million on Wheel of Fortune.
No, not Plinko. The big wheel that they spin that has all the money options on it, but it's just like one little tiny one.
It is a smaller slice, but when you pick it up, then you have to win the day,
the puzzle,
and bring it over with you. And when you spin the wheel the smaller wheel that has the grand prize on it, that grand prize has to be the $1 million.
Damn. So you got to get double lucky. And she did, right?
She did.
Yeah.
Winning puzzle was Pack of Coyotes in the Living Things category. Congratulations to Lady in Connecticut.
Wow.
On the boob tube, my friends. The 11th season premiere of Chicago Med on NBC, 5th season premiere of Abbott Elementary on ABC, The Golden Bachelor on ABC, 99 to Beat on Fox, and we also have the streaming premiere of Fight or Flight on Paramount Plus. You can catch Blood Orange and Doja Cat on Fallon, and you follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. Most importantly, say it with me, Saudi Arabia.
Smoke weed every day. Thank you, Sabrina. Let me ask TNJ-AI about this. I'm sure
She's back, baby.
TNJ-AI, can a woman work on the radio in Saudi Arabia?
Yes, women can work on the radio in Saudi Arabia, but there are cultural and legal considerations.
Mm-hmm.
The country has been gradually expanding opportunities for women in various fields, including media.
Oh, so this is newer.
However, it's crucial to be aware of the local customs and regulations that might affect how women participate in the industry there.
Yeah, so like you can talk, but you can't really say too much.
But it sound like something like, right in front of my face.
You get to just you get to go, I agree. That's the extent.
Well, that would be a dream for some people.
It's just a little bit. Who are you hinting at these people are? Do you think that's what
Saudi
I want?
Arabia. Chill out, dude.
Earlier on the show, you said somebody on the show would like that very much. Who are you hinting at?
I never said that. Go back to the tape.
We'll go back to the tape,
Sir.
but it's a much older tape. Ceiling has Bill Burr, I guess, talking about the show.
You got it? Ready to go?
No, it's probably not ready now.
No,
Okay.
we'll do it.
But we'll play it at some point during the show today. When we come back, the kids are out of control. We're swerving away from politics and we're swerving into a bigger problem. The kids are absolutely out of control. I have some examples for you of just how wild it's gotten. And parenting is crumbling in front of us. These stories are unbelievable, but the details are coming up next on the News Junkie.
Hey, everybody. Welcome behind the scenes. This is what we call SCO Mike. Why, you ask? Why would it be called SCO Mike? Well, the radio show and all affiliates are on a commercial break. And in between, we talk. We chat. In between, we chat. And there's a skull down here, and it used to be just a microphone, but now there's a whole camera and everything. And I request that you hit the like button, please. There's a lot of you. You might as well take the moment to do it. One of these stories I have about kids being absolutely out of control, parenting, and that's where the problem lies, because parenting in 2025 is like a major problem. There's so many shit parents out there. There's one of the stories that we're going to talk about here where a mother and father, or I think maybe just a father, went to the funeral of his child. Okay? He went to the funeral of his child. His child is 14 years old. It wasn't until the funeral where the father found out his teenage daughter had secretly gotten breast implants. Secretly, she had gotten a boob job as a teenager. 14 when she died. Some of the other stories are just unhinged what's going on.
1 in 3 deaths in America are caused by cardiovascular disease. Life Imaging FLA wants me to remind you that early detection definitely saves lives. We had a bunch of our listeners that have gone.
How the F did a teen have money for a boob job? I'm assuming the teen got the money from somebody else, but we'll go deeper into the story. It's very weird.
There's a few minimum requirements. This is a 600.
Yucker says it'll be swole Mike when he finally gets in shape for the roast. I didn't get on the scale today, but in preparation for the roast, we have gone from 214 down to 209. So we've still got some progress to make. Got at least 9 pounds to drop. We definitely want to get under 200. Looking for 195.
It's Life Imaging FLA. You'll be connected in seconds.
Guys, check your kids' Halloween candy for fake boobs. True. You can never be too careful. Dangerous. Also, question for you, chat. There is, according to scientists, experts, people who know about these things, there is an asteroid headed for the moon. All right? With that limited information, that's all I want to give you right now, that there's a large asteroid headed for the moon. Should we blow up the asteroid? Should we leave it alone and let it hit the moon and see what happens? We'll probably be fine. Lots of stuff has hit the moon. Or should we blow it up? Should we blow up the asteroid headed for the moon? I hope it hits. I hate the moon. It shines in my window and keeps me awake.
Thousands down.
What?
We interviewed the victims. Tell us what happened, ma'am.
Well, I said to myself, South, go to RC Hill.
What kind of doctor would give a boob job to the child? We've got that story coming up next. We'll give you all the details.
I ended up at some.
Or should we give the asteroid universal health care? True. Good question. What if the asteroid's an illegal immigrant?
Next time, go to RC Hill, Mitsubishi. Right, RC?
Neither. We should blow up the moon. No, says Ethan. The moon gets hit by asteroids all the time. That's why there are craters. Ethan. Thank you, Ethan. Thank you for having the right answer and a level head. No, we shouldn't do it. The moon gets hit by stuff all the time. Okay? The moon will be fine. But it would be pretty exciting to blow up an asteroid. So, kind of want. Can you imagine if you streamed that? Like, if we said, all right, we agree. Let's blow up the asteroid headed for the moon with a nuke. And we're going to live stream it. We're going to show the explosion. I'd tune in. But my fear is this. What if this asteroid is headed for the moon, and as the asteroid's coming in, we nuke it? And then the asteroid breaks up into a whole bunch of little pieces, and then those pieces come at Earth. That seems like it would be bad. Depends on how big the asteroid is. We'll talk about that too in about a minute when we come back. Having raised 2 Gen Z hoodlums, I can attest it's a whole nother world out there. Deceit is commonplace in that generation. The kids are out of control, and some of these stories are proof of it, and I don't know how we fix this, of all the things. But wait until you hear these stories. How does a 13, 14-year-old girl get breast implants and their parents don't know? Huh? She got a butt lift too, by the way. How does this happen? I'll tell you. Oh, my back is killing me. I slept wrong. All right, we're coming back.
Telehealth if you feel.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, CASH. C-A-S-H. Cash. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the...
I got a couple things to share with you that make me frightened about parenting in 2025, including a father who sees that his teenage daughter, in the worst of moments, had secretly gotten a boob job. And the story gets a whole lot worse. Details in just a moment. Taking a live look at the White House during the government shutdown. Things move fast. Things move real quick. It appears they've turned the White House into a spirit Halloween.
Might have some good deals there.
Yeah, timing-wise.
couple spooky things inside there. It's October already. Why not load it up? But the government shutdown is rolling on. My guess on this, and I saw people guessing earlier, people like 68 days, 69 days. They're just having fun. People saying 50 days, 100 days, the government shutdown is going to last. My gut tells me less than 2 weeks. Could be totally wrong. Could be totally wrong. Sure. I bet $5.
All right. I will bet $5 that it's going to be 30 days.
30. So, but all you had to do is say that it was going to be more than 20 days.
2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks. I'm going to go with that.
Well, I said 20. I said 2 weeks. I said 2 weeks. So all you had to bet was more than 2 weeks.
So I will go with 17 days.
You're not understanding. I'm betting 2 weeks.
I'm allowing C-Lane to be a part of this bet for once.
If it goes over 2 weeks, then you would win the said bet if we did that. $5.
This is a two-way bet. It's an over or under.
Yeah. Do we have agreement on this?
Agreed. It is had.
It's not a great bet, really. It definitely could go the other way for me. But I just feel like this might be resolved. Everybody's attention span is pretty short. And I think people might go,
What are you talking
hey,
about?
let's see what's going on here. Let's see what the American people are blaming and who's winning, who's scoring points here. We'll discuss all that momentarily on the show. Let's talk about the kids because I don't even know what to do with this. And there's so many stories like this. I see teachers almost every day posting online. And you teachers, you can back me up if you want to. If you'd like to be anonymous, go over to thenewsjunkie.com. All right? Go over to thenewsjunkie.com if you want to be anonymous. I love to hear from you. But I see all the time teachers posting about just how bad it's gotten. Let me give you an example of this so you know what I'm talking about. All right? It says, many kids cannot do basic things anymore. I've been teaching since 2011. This has 26,000 upvotes, by the way. I've seen a decline in independence and overall capability in many of today's kids. I teach second grade. Most of them in second grade cannot tie their shoes or even begin to try. I asked if they're working on it at home with parents, and they say, no, we're not learning about this. Not even learning to tie their shoes. Some kids who are considered smart cannot even unravel headphones or fix the inside-out arms on a sweater, they said.
I don't understand. That doesn't make sense to me.
Parents are still opening car doors for older elementary kids at morning drop-off. Your child can exit a car by themselves. I had one parent completely shocked that we don't open the door and help the kids out of the car. The kids are in second grade.
Okay, little flag on the field, though. I was always, the door was opened for you, just for the sake of making things go quickly.
Mm-hmm.
8th grade, I was part of the morning crew that opened the car doors.
Cool.
I'm saying that we didn't open our own doors in second grade.
You guys had like a valet service then, because that didn't happen in my schools. At my schools, it was like, get your ass out the car.
No, it was
If you can
easier.
walk.
Yeah, it was part of the, oh gosh, now I'm forgetting the name, but you had the sash.
Mm-hmm.
And you opened,
But patrol, you mean? Like school patrol?
You opened the doors.
Hall
Not that-
monitor.
Not that you didn't know how to, but it just made it quicker.
Well, in this case, they said they can't do it. They're not even able to do it. Many kids have never had to peel fruit. Everything is cut up and done for them. I sometimes bring clementines for a snack, and the kids ask me to peel it for them. I told them animals in the wild can do it. And so can you. Try harder, y'all. These kids go to school with so much more in the way of problems than that. A lot of the kids go to school and they can't read. They can't write. They don't have any basic skills. Their parents don't care. Their parents only care about one thing. The moment these kids have an emotional outburst in class and start beating their teacher or something, the parents will tell you how much of an angel their kids are, right? Their kid will never be at fault, but they will never give them any attention other than that. The only attention they will give them is defending them when somebody else calls them out, when their behavior ends up flaring up in class or in the classroom. This happens every single day. Parents that suck, that somehow have kids, that somehow the kids get all the way to the grades that they're in, and then the teachers have to deal with them. And it's viewed as like a daycare. Like, oh, I'm not going to teach my kids that. My kids go away to go to school for daycare during the day, and they learn all those things there. Garbage parents everywhere. Not C-Lane. I'm not talking about C-Lane, by the way. Great dad. He's doing a great job.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Nah,
Jackson,
just give it time.
Jackson is a little bit, his 2-year-old, almost 2-year-old son, Jackson is a little bit wild these days, though.
Crazy guy.
Opening
From what I
doors.
And
He
this-
can climb out of his playpen now.
Investing and
He can
cryptocurrency.
he now can escape, which is that's one of the problems. When your kid is like not just crawling, but they can escape out of stuff.
Don't
That's
you just
where
put
he
the
is.
zap collar on him at that point?
That's nice. That's one way to do things. Have you done that yet or no? Are you skipping that?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I think electric fence for the baby jail would be cool, though.
There is a couple of stories that I want to give you as an example of this. One is a 12-year-old got arrested in Charlotte, North Carolina, and people did the thing that they always do because we're kind of dumb about this in terms of the general population. If you see a little kid interacting with the police, people are like, oh, my God, he's just a little boy. Why is he going into the back of a cop car? Because sometimes 12-year-olds deserve to go in the back of a cop car.
Whoop, whoop.
All right? Sometimes the 12-year-olds deserve to get the cuffs on, baby. Sometimes that's the right move. And people were like, this is just outrageous. This is one example I'm going to give you before we go to the teen girl who the dad discovered his 13, 14-year-old daughter had secretly gotten breast plants and more. But first,
breast plants.
Breast
you got to
implants.
water those?
Sorry.
Yes, you do.
Let me get the words out right.
Much sun.
The dad discovered at a very, very tough time that his daughter had secretly gotten breast implants and other procedures done, which we'll talk about in a moment. But first, this 12-year-old was arrested, and people were freaking out over it. So let's see what this story has for us from WBTV.
Seen arrest of a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah, they say he was recklessly riding a bicycle.
Reckless.
Well, now tens of thousands of people have watched video of his arrest, and it's raising a lot of questions.
Our Michael Warwick is getting answers in this case. He joins us now live in West Charlotte. So, Michael, we have a new response from Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police. What are they telling you?
What are they telling us?
That's right. Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police tell us its officers acted to ensure the safety of the boy and the others on the road.
People always do this stuff. People see like a little kid getting arrested and they go to the cops and they're like, why are you arresting him? And when they go over, they go, he was recklessly riding a bike. Oh my God, a kid on a bike, a kid on a bike.
What's next?
Why are you arresting him? And what it is so many times is these asshole kids who ride through crowds to record for some video they want to make, or like do a wheelie and drive through the sidewalk, weaving in and out of people, barely missing them or hitting them in a lot of cases. And then somebody calls the cops because their parents are nowhere to be found. The cops come out and the 12-year-old acts a fool and they end up saying, all right, fine, we'll arrest you. And then everybody goes, oh, he's just a 12-year-old. There's like no level here where anybody takes any responsibility for what's going on. And then you yell at the cops when they do the job, right? That's what happens in these cases. Here's more. Let's see.
In that video obtained by WBTV, officers described their reasoning for the arrest as recklessly riding on a bicycle. A bystander captured the moment, even having a brief conversation with one of the officers. And you can see the child with his hands behind his back inside the cruiser. It has gained thousands of views on TikTok. Privacy laws restrict what CMPD can say because the case involves a juvenile, and because of that, we have blurred the child's face. But CMPD tells us the Central Division regularly responds to reckless bike riders. We've also been in touch with the boy's family. We hope to have more from them in the coming days.
Yeah, where are they?
An active investigation, one we'll stay on top of.
Where are they? Because this happens so often where people be like, he's 12. We can't arrest a 12-year-old. Why not? Why not? What are you supposed to do when a 12-year-old is breaking the law?
Punching someone, defacing property, breaking into cars,
crime.
that makes sense. Reckless biking seems like maybe this could be a good talking to. Call the parents. Parents aren't there because the kids are outside.
Well,
I mean, what if your parents were right behind you every time you went out on a bike growing up?
Though I wouldn't have never done anything like this ever.
Doing a wheelie?
Well, when I was a 12-year-old kid, I would be doing things that 12-year-old kids would do, like riding a bike.
Drugs.
But hang on. The problem here is the cops are like, we can't talk about the details because he's a minor, right? There's obviously more details to this story. Otherwise, here's what we have to assume, which is what a lot of dumb people will assume in this case, okay? They'll assume that this was a little kid who's 12 who's riding on a bike, and the cops were like, you're riding on a bike! And it's like, obviously, there's more to the story. Obviously, the cops were called out here for a reason. Obviously, there's a reason why it escalated to the point where the kid's in cuffs in the back of the car. He's a 12-year-old, so unfortunately, they don't give you that information.
I mean, without giving his identity, they can't say what he did. I mean,
I guess not. No, they said,
I think without making it more of a controversy, you should be able to say the details without giving his name. They said his age. They have the video.
What you should be able to do and what you can do are often very different things. In this case, the police said, at least the report said, that they cannot talk about the case against the 12-year-old because he's a minor, because he's 12 years old. That's what they said, at least in the news report from WBTV. But I'm going to go on a limb and say he was probably doing some pretty bad stuff that led to them doing this. Otherwise, we believe what? Do we think the cops in Charlotte who can't arrest a dude until he stabs a Ukrainian woman in the neck and kills her, can't pick him up for any other reason, but they're going after 12-year-olds who are just riding bicycles and following the rules? No way. I mean, that doesn't make sense to me. Sometimes a 12-year-old needs to be cuffed. Sometimes that's the right move here. And I think probably in this case, we'll see it pan out that way. But we'll see if we can learn any more. I'll look up any other details on that story. Maybe they got some details out of the police somehow.
So somebody posted this in the Charlotte subreddit. Viral video shows 12-year-olds arrest for recklessly riding bicycle in Charlotte. Top comment, good. I'm tired of their S. They'll ride head-on into you, and at the last minute swerve. They do not care about their safety or the safety of others around them. I literally had that happen to me a handful of weeks ago.
Oh, did you?
Here in town, yes.
Yeah. We played a video like this before. Remember the kid who was on the street, and then the guy grabbed the wheel of the bike because he kept driving through the crowd of people trying to go viral and stuff.
Or the kids in San Francisco smacking our Waymo car because they knew it would stop.
Yeah, I've seen more of that too, by the way, in the wake of all of that stuff. It's an attempt in a lot of cases to make some fun content, right? Well, look what we're doing.
Twitter, y'all see
but kiss my ass. Like we don't just go because you're 12, you get to cause chaos and potentially injure a bunch of people. No, your parents should be held accountable. Why are you as a 12-year-old doing this stuff, putting other people at risk? Put the parents behind bars if you have to, if
Somebody
they're not
said,
being responsible.
I saw the video. This must be from a different outlet because it says, I saw the video and recognized the exact kid. He rides around near my apartment complex like a maniac, dodging in and out of cars. I don't know if he actually dodges into cars. Or
that sounds like
inside and outside of cars.
That's bad strategy.
I'm amazed he hasn't caused an accident yet. His group loves to scare pedestrians, then get aggressive with them if they say anything.
Yeah.
People on social media are saying it's just a kid riding his bike, but he is 100% being reckless in traffic, which is dangerous regardless of what he's riding. People should be free to walk around their city without getting terrorized by kids on bikes.
This is a problem where people look at these things and they always think cop bad, kid good. Guys, a lot of these kids suck. They suck. The parents don't care. And the parents only come down and go like, oh, my kid? No, he's an angel. He would never do any of this. And you give them evidence and they're like, well, this is your fault he's doing it. No one ever accepts any responsibility and everything starts to suck around us bit by bit and piece by piece. Cuff the 12-year-old every once in a while. You got to get these kids in line. It's like this 14-year-old girl that I was talking about. And this is a true story. It's absolutely crazy to me. But let me see if I can bring this up here. This is a 14-year-old girl who the father was apparently at her funeral. All right. And dad at her funeral. Hang on. Sorry. They want to autoplay here on this article I brought up. Dad at the funeral, he starts looking at the casket and going, well, my daughter died, they told me, of COVID. She died of COVID. And I'm putting her to rest here. But he realized something seemed wrong when his young teenage daughter, 14 years old, is laying in the casket. Something seems wrong here. And he looks a little closer. And they said a 14-year-old girl died just days after she had a boob job and a butt lift without her father's knowledge.
What?
Her mother's plastic surgeon boyfriend is under investigation as a result of doing this, they believe. This is a young girl, 14, and she died in a hospital in Durango, Mexico. She was in a coma with a swollen brain and heart problems. There was a secret surgery a week earlier where she got a boob job and a butt implant at 14 years old, which I think is illegal in the United States, right?
Yeah. I mean, any sort of cosmetic procedure at that age, I think would only extend to,
Did you get parental
fixing a
consent?
nose.
Yeah, but you could probably get a nose job.
That and get your ears, pulled back, but that's not putting you under.
Or if there was a medical reason for you to have
butt lift?
a breast reduction,
Yes, okay, that
there was
makes sense.
some physical problem or something. The young teen's dad, Carlos Aureliano, was told she had died from complications of COVID-19, only to find out she actually had plastic surgery when he was saying his final goodbyes. He's looking in the casket and he's like, my daughter's boobs weren't that big.
Oh.
What's happening here? Something's wrong. At the funeral, some relatives told me her breasts were larger than what she had before.
What a strange funeral.
It must be the most.
What a weird back and forth at your daughter's funeral. Just going to throw that out there.
What a Larry David moment that you're going, yeah, this is all really sad, but your daughter's knockers are bigger than I remember them being.
Sorry for your loss and her gain.
Yeah, what is happening here? And they talked to the mom, and the mom's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And they started having a discussion here and found out that the 14-year-old girl had secretly had surgery, and they had photographs of the implants and the scars. They requested an autopsy, and they found out that there was a procedure carried out on this young girl. And they think that may have been what led to the death of this teenager. I mean, the parents are like really, these kids are in all these really messed up situations over and over and over again that I see. So many times it traces back to this. The story about the singer David, who seems like a pretty bad guy, who had the dead body of a teenager in a Tesla that he owned that was found at some lot, stinking to high hell. And when you learn more about that family, it's like, oh, this family was broken. The family was letting him live with her. The family was like somewhat supportive of their relationship. She ran away multiple times since she was 11, 12 years old to get away from this household she was living in. It's like, my God. Sometimes the kids are hellions on their own. Sometimes they're forced down that road because the parenting is just that bad. I don't know about a 14-year-old getting implants in a butt job. That seems a little bit crazy to me, but you tell me what you think. And you tell me what you think about some of these kids getting arrested at these young ages. Give us a dispatch or an email. tips@thenewsjunkie.com. When we return, there's an asteroid headed for the moon, and there's serious discussions right now on whether we should nuke that thing. So I want to ask you, should we nuke that thing? Should we? We'll talk about that and get into a whole bunch more as the show rolls on. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show. Talking you down on your drive home. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Hang on, folks. Got to do a live read. Be right with you.
Business software you will need.
There's a crash getting cleared up now, moved off to the shoulder on I-4 eastbound, just past World Center Drive there. Look out for emergency crews on the roadways. You're going to run into some slowdowns on I-4 heading through the city. There's some congestion near that State Road 408 exit there. No issues on Florida's Turnpike or I-95 at the moment. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
Dell AI PCs are newly designed to help you do more faster. That's the power of Dell AI, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors. Upgrade today by visiting Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Let me shoot you straight here. There are a lot of people who, when something's wrong at your house, they're going to rip you off. They'll do some messed up things. Like they'll say, what's your address? They'll look up your address and see the value of your house, and dollar signs flash before their eyes. Things become a whole lot more expensive than they would have been otherwise. Then there's the companies that want you to come on as a customer and stay with them because they know when you have AC problems, like Mills Air knows you're going to have AC problems, you're going to have them every once in a while, unfortunately. And you need somebody that you can trust to come over every time that's happening, be fair about it, have the most professional, best experts in their techs that will look at your AC and report back to you. That's what Mills Air does. It's as simple as that. They just want to be honest with you and fair, and they're one of the few good remaining companies out there. Leon Mills does it right, and that's why they've been in business since 1992. So if you want somebody who's going to help you get your AC going, help you get it up and working fast, and be fair about it, call Mills Air. 407-277-1159. That's the phone number, right? 407-277-1159, or you can find them online at millsair.com.
You worked hard for your 401k, but if you've left your job, your money might be sitting in the wrong hands. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and it's very possible that the 401k that you have had for years has hidden fees and limited investment choices. But if you're no longer with the company, that 401k may be at the mercy of your former employer. All of these things could be costing you thousands. Rolling over your 401k into an IRA can provide better investment options that align with your long-term goals. At Trajan Wealth, we're fiduciary advisors that are held to a higher standard with no hidden agenda and no hidden fees.
Hello, hello. We got a lot of stuff to hit on when we come back. Got a couple big government shutdown updates and clips. We got Bill Burr talking about the news junkie, I guess. We'll hear that. We've got some huge announcements from Amazon and a whole lot more. C-Line's got more information about that 14-year-old getting a boob job and a butt job. Can you imagine? That's your kid? You're looking down in the casket and you're like, I don't remember boobs being that big. All right, just a couple of minutes and we're back live with all of that. Thanks for hanging out on the stream today while we're in commercial break. If you're new around here, welcome. We'll hang out with you every single day for 4 hours, going over viral news on the show. And all you have to do is hit subscribe on YouTube for free. And if you already are subscribed, hit that like button just to spread the word to one more person just like you. Coast City is on Twitch says, news alert, breaking news. Reading Rainbow is coming back. Unfortunately on YouTube. Butterfly in the Sky. Yeah, it's some dude I've never heard of who is going to be hosting Reading Rainbow. Which I think it's funny that people are like, well, it's not going to be on TV. Folks, if you looked at who watches TV, it's like people in their 40s and over mostly watching live TV. The further you go down this end of the scale, the less people on that younger ages are actually watching live TV. Little kids just watch iPads with YouTube. So, Butterfly in the Sky. Stevie says, and Sean will yell at you for being stupid if you don't agree with him. I will call out dumb takes, retarded takes, all levels of takes. Even the very rare, mega super retarded takes. I will call out all of those when I see them. Chaos says, I'm 25 and I don't watch live TV. You probably have TVs that are 25, sir. You are not 25. I'm 57 and I don't watch network TV, just streaming, movies, and occasionally the news. I think you're pretty much in the mainstream now. That's where we come in. Tell you what's happening in the world. And have some fun. Now, it's time to come back from break. Here we go.
On the medical establishment who risked everything to invent open heart surgery. Welcome to the Wild West of American medicine. I'm Chris Pine, and this is Cardiac Cowboys. If you like medical dramas, if you like heart-pounding thrillers, you will love Cardiac Cowboys. Listen wherever you listen to podcasts.
Sponsored by Jasper.
As America's largest injury law firm, size is our strength. Morgan & Morgan.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, CASH. C-A-S-H. Cash. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Real Radio 104.1.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips@the
With the three best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day. Learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. Celia, did you send me this audio of Bill Burr talking about the show?
Oh, no, I was just going to play it.
Oh, you okay? Play it from over there. That's fine. Yeah, I don't know. It's just audio. I mean, they don't know where we're playing it from.
Do you have the email?
Was that an email?
Yeah, it was to tips@thenewsjunkie.com.
Yeah, this person, NC, says to tips@thenewsjunkie.com, Bill Burr shared the show. That's what we usually do on Tuesdays. Hey, I was turned on to this show by listening to Bill Burr's podcast. He gave you guys a shout out, and he said, I've been listening ever since. It's so funny to imagine him losing his mind when you guys talk about him and his bits. Sean roasted his last special, but it was a decently accurate analysis, says NC. I hadn't heard this, but let's go to the audio.
All right, here goes.
Bill Burr.
Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Monday Morning Podcast for Monday, August 9th, 2021. What's going on? How are you?
Great. How are you?
How's it going with you? How you hanging in there? Jesus Christ. I got to give a shout out right now to News Junkies. I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know how the do you just sit around staying informed? Look at this Jesus Christ. Like, I looked up, I don't feel like I didn't really do much this week. Nothing that exciting. I got to talk to myself for an hour. What am I going to fucking talk about? Let's see what's in the news. Dixie Fire, mushrooms into second largest wildfire.
See what's happening here?
No, just generally speaking about news.
He's giving a shout out to News Junkies. But because of that show,
it worked
over 4 years ago. We got one listener. We got one dedicated fan.
Thanks
from
so
the
much.
News Junkies shout out.
I was like, oh my God, how did he even know?
I thought we would have heard about that more. Like when we've been on the Daily Show.
Yeah, somebody
Howard
would
Stern.
tell us.
Yeah, Howard Stern, Seth Meyers. Every time there's at least one person that'll be like, hey, I heard you guys on this. I heard this person talk about
Which
you.
leads me to believe there is a producer of those that are listening and don't want to show your face.
And in some cases, maybe God,
But
you know.
this guy-
Because then you'll start asking them for free tickets.
To what? Howard Stern show?
To the
Nice
Daily
tries.
Show?
To what?
The Daily Show?
No, thank you.
Oh, she doesn't want to go to the Daily Show, I guess.
No, I just don't have time to go to, where is it, New York?
I think so, yes. I believe so, yeah. All right, we got a lot of emails coming in, and this person says, keep me anonymous. Good afternoon. As
It's
a
Bill
middle-aged
Burr,
white
isn't
lady.
it? Oh,
That'd be
never
great.
mind.
I wanted to give a PSA to potential Karens out there. No professional athlete is giving you anything. Get over yourself, says this person who wants to remain anonymous. All right. Somebody says they've been put on timeout by YouTube. All right, great. If you have a problem with that, you have to send a unban request. Okay. If you have a problem with that kind of stuff, you get booted from some platform. All you have to do is go to thenewsjunkie.com, scroll to the bottom, unban request. I'll handle it that way.
What's that website again, Bill?
Newsjunkies.com. No, not that though. Thenewsjunkie.com. He was close. He was in the ballpark. All right, let's get to a couple of things that I wanted to mention here, and then a dispatch or two. Amazon has launched some new devices. Finally, they have said they have launched 4 new Echo devices that will have Alexa Plus.
Oh, is that right? Amazon.
Which I guess is them finally putting some sort of AI into these dumbass Alexa devices, which are sitting around, rotting away, getting more and more stupid, turning into just clocks and timers.
How about the ones that didn't have a display on them, like most of my rooms?
They're quite bad. They get info from...
I don't understand that. Sorry.
They get info from a couple of sources, and it's usually just... It's like going back in time after having ChatGPT. They're so dumb. And Amazon has really dropped the ball in the AI world. But now they say we're back, baby. The Echo Dot Max, Echo Studio, Echo Show 8, and Echo Show 11 are the most advanced devices we've ever built, according to Amazon.
Okay, but now I'm paying more than the $150 a year?
Yeah, well, I think you might have to, actually.
Right.
I think to have that, it's more expensive. Hang on.
Give me the device I can put ChatGPT on.
This is the Alexa Plus, which I think is like their version of it. They already could connect the Alexa devices to ChatGPT. They just don't want to. don't have any interest in doing that.
Are you sure there's not like a skill? You got to add skills to.
I've tried some of those skills, and I don't know that there's one that actually works like that. I don't know. I don't. Maybe it doesn't have the power. It seems like it should be able to with the internet connection. But they've launched these new devices. They look very similar to what the old ones do. The little ones look like the Death Star, little circle things. And then there's some that are smaller screens, which I don't like those anymore. Courtney was like, get the screen ones out of here. I don't like them. They're all constantly pushing like dumb news stories at us.
There is like one of the circles that has like your standard just time and what the weather is, and you can dim it. And I love that one.
Yeah, we have that.
The Echo Show is nightmare fuel, where it's, beep boop, we finally have a notification, but you can't turn off my living room. And it says, based on your orders in the past, this is all the things that you need right now. And I go, no, thank you.
Yeah, I don't want that
I have plenty of litter and toilet paper.
I don't like it. They said they've got 2 custom designed silicon chips in there, the AZ3 and the AZ Pro. So they're faster, I guess. Smart speakers that deliver premium sound. Tell me about the AI, for God's sake. They didn't really talk about it
here. Because I don't think that it is. You can put in the Z1 chip, and it's taking you this long to get to that spot. I do not necessarily trust that it's going to be as fast.
It says it connects to even more services. Well, that's great.
Like what?
I think what people want from these devices is the same thing they're getting from ChatGPT. There's no reason you can't do that. You can make those devices have an instant connection to the API for OpenAPI, and you could make them smarter. But they say they have next generation AI processing and some other things, but they're so far behind the 8 ball on this. I don't know if they'll recover. I think that they may die in that industry.
Yeah, but everyone orders from Amazon, so that's fine. And we set up our houses because they were what I believe to be the first of an affordable, for the most part, home system. Your Dots, your Echoes. And so the whole house is filled and fitted to the Amazon Alexa smart home. So it's going to be a pain in the ass to rewire everything, essentially.
I think that most people well, actually, I don't know if I've looked at this before. I forgot what the breakdown is between.
I'm like the only person that doesn't have a problem with my Alexa devices.
You don't think it's dumb now? It's so dumb.
Outdated.
I don't really ask it a lot of like crazy questions,
because it's like your dumb kid. Hold on.
I don't ask my dumb kid a lot of crazy questions either.
I mean, generally speaking, it's like if you have a dumb kid and a smart kid, you don't ask the dumb kid a particular questions. You're like, Jeff? Oh, God, no, don't ask Jeff that. He'll break. He'll explode.
He's listening right now.
Not him. He would answer it. He'd be good. But some of the real dumbos out there, those kids just don't know the answers to these things. That's what Alexa's like.
I ask basic stuff. Like my Echo is in the kitchen, so I'm constantly asking it to convert measurements for me.
Okay, I've done that. No problem. And I said, what's simple, the weather like at 6:30? It looks like it's going to rain. That's it.
That's it. That's all you get.
No, thank you.
If you ask anything more complicated, if you're like, hey, who invented measuring cups, and what were the first things that they were used to? It'd be like, it breaks under the simplest of questions. Meanwhile, I can ask the weirdest stuff in the world to ChatGPT, and it's like, bam, 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 firing answers back at me. Love it. But
I'll take 14 more.
Amazon, good luck. We'll see if it works for you.
I'm going to try it out because it says on the app that there is a ChatGPT skill.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. Really?
Yeah. Well, let's see. I've tried it before. The ones that they had were like people made them and they did not work very well. We'll see. One more clip here real quick about this government shutdown. They talk about this at the White House just moments ago. Let's see what they said.
Democrats in Congress have officially shut down the United States government. House Republicans passed a nonpartisan, clean piece of legislation to extend current government funding until November 21st. But nearly every single Democrat senator voted against this bill. To be clear, this was the exact same bill that Democrats approved 6 short months ago in March, just adjusted for inflation.
So what's happening here is...
It's not the exact same bill.
What's happening here is the push from the White House is to go, we're going to go on the attack and say Democrats are responsible. Democrats are responsible. Only 3 Democrats voted for the government to continue being funded. All the Republicans did. And the Democrats are going to have to make their counter argument. I've got some of what the Democrats are saying, and we'll see what you think about that a little bit later on in the show. We got some folks joining us in a bit here to talk about an event coming up soon.
Yay.
We'll talk about that asteroid headed for the moon, and we'll also do jury duty with some major updates, including on the Diddy front, because we're getting more info about what's going to happen with Diddy behind bars. We'll talk about that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Fairwinds Credit Union.
Magic training camp is underway with new players getting in sync with returning veterans. Orlando opens the preseason against Miami and Puerto Rico on Saturday. Buccaneers running back Bucky Irving's status for Sunday against Seattle is up in the air as he seeks medical opinions on his lower leg injury. And YouTube TV subscribers will continue to enjoy NBC sports content after the streamer and network reached a short-term deal. I'm Scott Davidson.
Fairwinds Credit Union. Whether you need personal or business accounts to help you reach your goals, they've got you covered. Visit fairwinds.org to join their community of financial freedom seekers today. Financial freedom happens here. Federally insured by NCUA.
Trust, price, and ease of transaction. That is GiveMeTheVin.com. We love to buy cars, and you're going to love GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com.
Hello. Jury duty coming up next. Then we head into the final hour of the show. For clogged drains in your home, trust our Hang on, I'm going to pull up something for when we come back.
That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
Don't get haunted by roof leaks this hurricane season. Eustace Roofing's spectacular savings event gives you $1,500 off your roof replacement. Florida weather won't wait. Why should you? Schedule now at EustaceRoofing.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Got it. Okay.
Payments. Thousands down. We interviewed the victims. Tell us what happened, ma'am.
Well, I said to myself, South, go to RC Hill Mitsubishi, into Lance, and Ocala.
Folks, real quick, before we get into jury duty, we got a guest coming up, talk about something. Thank you, Sean, by the way. Appreciate the kind words. I think if we try to boil down this shutdown and who people are going to blame and what the reaction is going to be, I think people will go, well, the Republicans had this measure to keep the government funded, and they all voted for it. All right? They all voted for it as a measure to keep the government funded. Only 3 Democrats voted for it. Now, enter the kind of bullshit after that, because the bullshit is the Republicans are saying this is really about free health care for illegal aliens. And the Democrats are saying, why don't the Republicans just pass it? They have control of the House and the Senate, which is also bullshit because they know that the Republicans actually need 60 votes to get to that level. But I think the average person is going to look at this and go, the Republicans aren't asking for anything. They have this stopgap measure to fund the government. The Democrats are the ones who are trying to negotiate something out of this. I think if the Trump administration does a good job of highlighting that, many people will look at this and go, well, this is politics on display. And very unpopular people, like, I don't care how much you don't like Trump, trust me on this, trust me, Chuck Schumer is less popular than Trump. Trust me, okay? So people will sort of think about those things and twist in that way. And the Republicans don't even have to push all this like nonsense about the illegal immigrants' health care. I just think it would be a win, but they're not going to get it. So, how long will it go on for? Who will get the blame? We'll see.
Prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious
I've got another teacher reaching out, talking about the kids being unhinged. Really interesting words. We'll get to that in a moment. By the way, on the person who got banned, look, there's moderation. There is a set of rules at thenewsjunkie.com/rules. Nightbot sometimes auto mutes people and stuff for certain things. But if you have a problem with any of that, all you have to do is file an unban request. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, go to the bottom and hit unban. In the meantime, I'm with the mods.
Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team.
So he says, "Trust me," like "Trust me, bro."
Comprehensive financial.
What part of what I'm saying are you not in agreement with? Be more specific. Oh, you mean the people not liking Chuck Schumer?
And when that plan's at hand,
hang on.
also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who will provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000.
1 second.
That's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice. Connected to the things you love.
The free iHeartRadio app does that with live radio 24/7 news.
I gotta find the post on this. Chuck Schumer himself is one of the least popular people in Congress. If you're talking about that, I'll bring up the data that I was mentioning. But we're coming back.
Call the pros. Paul Davis Restoration. On call 24/7, giving you peace of mind and restoring your home or business. When things go wrong, they do what's right. Call Paul Davis Restoration.
Put you up here.
Thanks to you, thousands of teachers now have the tools they need to thrive, and their students do too.
Here we go.
Do what's right. Call Paul Davis Restoration, serving all of coastal and central Florida.
Thanks to you, thousands of teachers now have the tools they need to thrive, and their students do too.
I get up every single morning, and I can't wait to see their smiling faces coming through my door.
iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose, building brighter futures one classroom at a time.
As a teacher, I'm really trying to help them come to school every day and put their foot in the right direction of life.
And we're just getting started. Help keep the momentum going and nominate a teacher who's made a difference in your life at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture. This
some pretty crazy stories that I'm going to work into jury duty, including we're going to hear a bomb detonating. I'll play that for you and tell you why that bomb was being detonated in just a moment on the show. Before we get into jury duty, add this to the fire. Another teacher, I guess. Another teacher saying enough is enough. Some of these kids are so terrible, I throw my hands up in the air. This person says, I'm so done. 29 years in the classroom, and this year's ninth graders are the worst I've ever had. I've been a teacher for 29 years. During that time, I've had good classes of students and not so good classes of students. Never in my life have I experienced the level of frustration that I am experiencing with this year's ninth graders. Don't get me wrong, there are some great kids in my classes. But on the whole, the level of disrespect and inability to stay focused on their tasks is off the chart. The patience that I have is at its end. This might be the year that I am done. There's a lot of people saying they're done with this. Other teachers saying, like, you got to get into adult learning. The kids are garbage. A lot of these kids, many of them in the classroom, ruin it for everybody else. Now, of course, there's some good kids, but there's so many of them that like just parentless assholes. There's monsters in the classroom, and it really, truly is a problem. And so we'll get to more of that reaction in a bit on the show. Still Spirit Halloween over at the White House, in case you were wondering. Just still up there, still in the government shutdown.
Do they have Trump costumes at Spirit Halloween White House?
I think they might weed them out, but the real one they do.
The
I've
best
seen them.
costumes, the most magnificent ones ever seen.
You know how it goes, though. Sometimes it won't say Trump costume, but it'll be like
orange hair president costume.
Yeah, like businessman,
politician with wrinkly skin,
guy who fires you. Like they'll always have some sort of thing like that as a workaround. Here we go. Let's do it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
In just a moment, we're going to hear a bomb explode, and then I'll explain why said bomb explode. But before that, real quick, jury duty brought to you by the one, the only, Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. If you've been blown up by somebody and you weren't expecting it, but you somehow survived, give Mo a call. 800-CALL-MO. 800-CALL-MO. Or go to the website, justcallmo.com. Here we go. This was a bomb being detonated. I'll play it and I'll tell you what's happening. Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! There it goes. This was apparently outside an event at Utah State University, which was prior to a Turning Point USA event held on the campus, which, if you remember, that's the group from Charlie Kirk.
Correct.
And I guess they're out there doing these kind of events, the debate events again, and they blew up something. They said it was a suspicious device found on campus, and it might have just been a bag somebody left behind, but they did blow the thing up. Well, no.
Oh.
They blow it up. Yeah.
So I've actually
thing.
been in a situation like this before.
Really?
When I was over at UCF, we had I say it with confidence, an a cappella concert that evening, and someone had left their backpack in the middle of the lawn right by the fountain at UCF.
Yeah.
And they immediately, bomb squad, bomb robot, they blew up the whole thing. Turns out it was just a kid who forgot his backpack. And there goes like $800 worth of textbooks.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
That's rough.
But the concert went very well.
Did they make everybody go inside and hide far away?
Can't be anywhere near it. And it was a whole ordeal, like hours-long ordeal because of one backpack on the lawn.
That was loud too, right? Fire in the hole. He's turning around as he's doing this. A lot of wind. Sorry about that. There it is right there.
Fun.
They didn't say if the device actually turned out to be some sort of explosive.
Wish you could see it.
Yeah.
I know. They just filmed the officer. I don't know. They didn't show that in this footage that I'm looking at here on the stream, but I'll put it up on See It Now during the break in just a bit. Also in jury duty, this is something you get fired for, just so you know. All right.
Okay.
At New Jersey's largest military base, there was, in the middle of a lot of these stories, we've seen a bunch of them, there was an active shooter warning. And they said, we've got an active shooter at New Jersey's largest military base. It's Naval Air Warfare Center in Maryland.
Was it a valid warning?
Hold on. No, hold on. It was in New Jersey, so this is a different one. They were talking to somebody from the different naval base. But there was an active shooter call at New Jersey's largest military base, and they started to investigate. All right, is there a shooter? No, it looks like we're clear. It was a hoax. All right, we got a problem. Let's trace it down a little further and see what we can find out. Well, they found out where the active shooter call came from, and they started talking to the person. The person who got in trouble worked at the military base and called in the active shooter hoax so that they could trauma bond with their colleagues at work.
Okay, so that's one way to do it.
They all could go, well, oh my God, isn't this crazy? There's a shooter, there's an active shooter here? Wow. Like, you call in a threat. Like, I would call in a bomb threat to iGeart.
Wait, dude.
All of us could be like, oh my God, isn't this weird? It's really brought us back together here.
You guys want to hang out, hug it out after this?
Aren't there better ways? Can't we do trust falls or something?
Just vague book it. Just be like, not a good day. Goodbye.
God. That's one way to do it. The judge has denied Diddy's request to have his conviction overturned in court. The final story in jury duty for right now. You remember that the prosecution, including some of these victims, they're suggesting that they want 11 years for a sentence. The sentence will be very soon, and we'll tell you about it when it happens. I think it's next week, possibly.
I thought it was Friday. I don't know.
Maybe it is. You could be right. Could be the 3rd. Yeah. See if we can find out the answer on that. It might be this week, but it's coming up soon. They want 11 years, the prosecution does. The judge has denied the request to just overturn everything. And we'll see what the sentence actually is. But Diddy's going to melt down. Is it Friday morning? Okay, so Friday on the show, we'll know what that actually ends up being.
And morning for sure, or we're just going to get teased until the last minute of the show?
News Journal says Friday morning. That's no time.
Mm-hmm. News Journal sounds awful close to those news junkies.
Yeah.
Those folks.
Thanks, Bill.
We'll take it, Bill. I like it.
All right, quick break. When we come back, our friend Ross McCoy
Junkies
will be joining us to talk about an event that's coming up. You guys cannot miss out on this. What's going down? Well, we're going to discuss that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic's piling up through the city here. State Road 408 westbound before that I-4 exit. There's a crash slowing down traffic. I-4 eastbound heading through the city. You're going to run into some slowdowns due to an accident. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways. And if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Get 2 #1 selling bacon.
Folks,
This here full of real radio.
Skull Like activated.
Crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, John. Good news, mortgage rates have improved again this week.
Interesting. Okay. We got something to discuss when we come back. Hang on, let me pull this up, actually. I need a song to end on, though. I need a banger song for the end of the power hour. What about Crazy Town?
Start making it. Solar Sources, who I trust for solar, and you can schedule your free consultation
Doing
at
it.
solarsource.com/monsters. Tell them Jack from Real Radio sent you for exclusive savings. It's solarsource.com/monsters. It's time to go solar.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Get ready for a night to savor. The Taste of Brevard is happening Sunday, October 12th, as part of the
Okay.
National Kidney Foundation's 40th annual Surf Fest. Treat your taste buds to mouth-watering creations from Brevard's.
Now, I gotta get this
Enjoy
clip.
live entertainment and bid on one-of-a-kind auction items, all while supporting a great cause. Don't miss an unforgettable evening benefiting the National Kidney Foundation. Mark your calendar Sunday, October 12th, and get your tickets now at nkfsurf.com. That's nkfsurf.com.
Okay. Problem solved.
In Toronto's war on crime, the worst offenders are pursued by the detectives of the Specialized Criminal Investigations Unit. These are their stories.
Anyhow. Hey.
How are you?
Good. I'm good. How are you doing?
I was thinking for the yard,
Yeah?
to spookify it.
Spookify it?
Uh-huh.
Nobody says spookify.
We could get a witch hat for the tree they have.
You're gonna put a witch hat on the tree?
The one way up by the front door. That'd be cute.
I mean, if you could find, isn't that gonna mess up the tree?
No.
Maybe. I'm not a
I put
no.
a star on top of it for Christmas.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. I don't want a bunch of inflatable things.
No,
on
I
it.
don't either.
Yeah. And you got the pumpkins, but people can't really see the
You
pumpkins.
can't see the pumpkin.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea. I like it.
Join Jim Colbert on the
All right.
Jim Colbert Show for a cigar.
See you later.
Every Friday afternoon at 8:45. You can pick up.
We're back in 90 seconds.
Corona Cigar Company.
9-0.
Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke resistance.
The talking door? Yes.
In a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over
Spookify is not racist, you monster. Don't do that. I'm not stifling her creativity. I think it's a good idea. She's trying to think of a way without a bunch of like crazy inflatable flailing arm guys in the yard to have some sort of sign that we too are doing Halloween, which I don't mind. I just don't want a whole bunch of like big things. All right, we're coming back with Ross McCoy. Hang tight.
Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, deposit, DEPOSIT, deposit. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
hour of the show, that's when we hang out together, and good God, are we happy to spend time with you. Without you, what will we be doing here? Please don't forget, if you miss any of the show, can get the podcast. The links are available at thenewsjunkie.com. Got our friend Ross McCoy hanging out with us here today in the studio.
What's up, News Junkie Show?
Hey, how are you, Ross?
Excellent. Thanks for having me in.
Welcome.
Got a big event coming up. Yeah, I think so, right? Have you been on the show before, Ross?
Yes, sir, I have.
Oh,
yes. Okay. I remember it. I remember it perfectly. I do. It was. I don't remember, but it was probably a long time ago. If that was the case,
it was quite a while ago. I haven't been in since the whole new lobby redesign. That was new to me.
I was going to ask because I know you've been to this building quite a few times,
million times, but not since then.
It blew his mind. I saw deer in headlights. A grown man for the first time in a minute.
Oh yeah, I've seen it a couple times myself, but try to stay away. The lobby is a little weird to me because they've done up this lobby, but there's no humans in there. Did you get there? And there's no humans in sight to greet you in the lobby.
Matter of fact, not unlike a modern restaurant, they put a kiosk in there to serve you better.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Mm-hmm. We're just around the corner from having one of those little restaurant robots that kind of pops up
the cocktails for you.
Yeah. I mean that would be great. That part of it would be nice. Ross has a big event coming up that we're going to talk about here in just a second. But we're also excited because Ross has agreed to be part of the roast that we're doing on October 30th, which is I'm excited. I'm scared. Ross can go to those places. Ross is a very funny guy.
Master.
He's good. He's good at this kind of stuff.
It may be what I was put on earth to do.
This is what I'm worried about. when we started talking about having you as part of this roast event that we're doing, did you think, I've had some ammunition ready for this, or was there nothing on ready to go and fire off at one of us at this event?
The first bullet I thought of that I have in my magazine is, of course, your original radio name, Sean, which we can't get into on these particular airwaves.
Yeah. That is a good one.
But that's definitely going to come up. But I'm very much a guy, I will write most of my stuff day of roast.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Man.
it's all been brewing up until then. I let it just simmer in my, hate cauldron until it's day of. And then I sit down with like a ghost or a cup of coffee and put some jams on. And usually I go out in the laundry room and I get on top of my washing machine and I do laundry and write and get it all out.
I do the same thing except for writing. It's just kind
laundry.
of a relax moment. It's an old machine.
You're not stressed out by that? You don't freak out? Because I would.
No, that is actually, I don't like writing comedy in general. I'm very much like a found bit guy. Most of my best stuff is like stuff that I, kicked around with my kids or something in the van one day.
Mm-hmm.
But the exception is
these are your like blood children. I just want to
correct.
double check.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But
so you tested Jewel or Hitler on your children?
That one I wrote with my wife on the way to a Tumbleweed comedy show. Me and my wife were kicking around because I don't know if you're familiar with the Jewel album Pieces of You from the 90s. It is one of the darkest, most brutal metal albums of all time. If you look at the lyrics, it's a great it's a brutal album. There's a whole song on there about a kid who goes away to camp and gets in a canoe accident and comes back just wrong. Adrian.
How do you get in a canoe accident?
And then so we got into like certain Jewel, and then there's another one called Pieces of You, which is a very famous Jewel song. But if you just say certain sentences in that song by themselves, out of context, it's a brutal thing to say.
Yeah, Sean hasn't played this game. Celia and I many a times.
Yeah, I love that's my favorite Ross bit.
I've seen him do it before.
And the initial bit was like, who has more brutal quotes than Jewel in Pieces of You? And when you get on Google, it's basically Satan and Hitler are the only people that compare with Jewel when it comes to like brutal
I don't
quotes.
think I know any Satan quotes. I don't actually know any Hitler quotes. So
yes, he does.
I do not.
He doesn't want to admit it.
No.
He's got. You know how people have live, laugh, love. He has a lot of like
999.
Yeah, very, very aggressive. But it's home decor nonetheless. He really likes it.
I'm so glad he's part of it, and thank you again for.
Yeah.
I believe I
of this
insisted.
roast.
I happened to be listening the day you guys announced it, and I believe I texted Sabrina like, "Hey, I need in on this or else."
And I'm glad that you
that
did.
makes sense.
I am nervous, but
Yeah, it
I
makes
think
sense.
it'll be fun.
We've got a lot of like special guests and things that are going to be surprises for people. It's going to be a really great event for those of you who aren't aware.
And
It's
I just
coming
want to
up on,
double check, Sean.
October 30th.
The only way these roasts go wrong is if the guy doesn't want it. You are in on this, right? You're no matter.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
well,
I don't
then,
care.
level
Yeah.
10, let's go, baby.
Yeah, I don't care. You're not going to hurt my feelings or anything. The only thing I would care about is if something's at the expense of me. I just want people to enjoy it, and they will. That's what's going to drive the ticket sales. They'll just be excited to see me take some hits. So
And with you guys maybe bringing in some people who aren't comics, if they're listening right now, I will let you know. Like some people think that a roast is just about saying something mean, but like the true heart of the roast joke is to say something mean and then something funny. A lot of people leave off the funny and just think they can get away with mean, and it doesn't go.
Then it gets weird.
Yeah,
it gets a little strange. I do have some news to drop real quick before we talk about this event. I don't mean to cast a pall over Ross's appearance
Hi,
here,
I'm Paul.
but unfortunately, Dr. Jane Goodall has died.
Oh, no.
Yeah, at the age of 91. Jane Goodall. I don't know
That's
if
a good
Zoomers know
run,
Goodall.
Jane.
You think your kids know Jane Goodall, Ross?
There's no way. No,
I don't know where,
I would
she's
stake my
not-
life.
She's not like viral. I don't think she shows up on like YouTube videos and stuff.
Yeah, but you think about interacting with primates, and it was Jane.
But
Yeah,
who
I know
thinks
her.
about that?
I know.
I do once a day, Ross.
I know her. I know who she is, but I think like younger generations probably don't know who Jane Goodall is.
You know, and I
that.
think I can prove it because we just went through that viral like one man versus 100 gorillas or the other way around, however it was. Like, and Jane Goodall never came up during that conversation. Not one
Because
time.
she would never fight a gorilla. She was just
True.
cuddling with them.
She would have been the perfect person to answer that too.
Rest in peace.
All right, here we go. By the way, Eat Fresh Rocks on Twitch says, will Sean say don't talk about that? I'm saying that there is nothing about me personally, that is off limits, right? I don't, people around me, like, my kid or my girlfriend, probably not great targets,
but like your personal drug use, stuff you may or may not have bought online illegally. Like this is just on top of my head, Sean. Like all this is fair game.
Yeah, any of those things.
Excellent.
Any of those are welcome and fine and good, and I support them 100%. But let's talk about this event that you have going on. When is this comedy show, Ross?
Tomorrow, Thursday, the 2nd of October, we're going to be invading the Orlando Funny Bone. with the 4th annual live Mo Comedy Jam. I say the 4th annual live because we did have that one online one during
That
lockdown.
one was awesome.
With Michael Rappaport headlining.
Yeah.
And,
What'd you think about Michael Rappaport's performance at that?
The good thing about that show was that we all did tape performances. So by the time I was hammered drunk before I started hosting that show by video, and by the time Rappaport came on, I was blackout drunk at home, and it didn't even.
I'm
nothing
pretty sure
mattered.
I had a watch party. Did you guys come by?
You did.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was
that's
super
where I watched
fun. It was a good time.
Rappaport
Yeah.
was just like, I'm going to do a podcast, get paid.
Yeah. Michael Rappaport got a payday and then sat in a computer chair and read emails. And that was, it was like.
And that's what I'm doing for the roast, by the way.
Yeah, just rant about the Mets or the Yankees for 15 minutes and take a paycheck. That's what Michael Rappaport did.
So this one's live in the flesh.
One of my favorite roast appearances of all time, Norm Macdonald. I forget whose roast, but he sat on stage like doing a crossword puzzle for 30 minutes until it was his turn. Amazing. Just amazing.
Was that the one where all the jokes that he told were from a book called Fun Jokes to Tell at a Retirement Party or something like that?
He was the greatest.
Maybe. I love Norm so much.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Norm.
it was fantastic. So this is an event that you've been doing for quite some time. It's a fun event. By the way, it's a very popular event. So I think there's only a couple of tickets left.
We are super close to a sellout. There might be a couple of VIP tickets left. I did get word just before I came in. We are out of the super VIP double gold tickets where you do get a seat on stage. The VIP bag, and me, you, Mo, and Sean Finnerty get in a limo right after and go play craps in Tampa. Those are sold out.
Man, wow, those are high level. That's high level.
It was a very expensive ticket.
Buzz Decker did not offer me that.
Yeah, it's
What
so
a
weird.
jerk.
Thanks, Buzz.
Unbelievable. But this event is going down at the Funny Bone. It's a great venue. It's going to be a very, very, very funny night.
MoComedyJam.com for those last few tickets.
Oh, yeah. Hang on. Let me see. MoComedyJam.com is the website. You can go to this right now, MoComedyJam.com. Get the few remaining tickets if you're looking for something fun to do tomorrow and you really want to laugh. I think you deserve it. There's enough craziness going on there. It's nice to have a distraction as an adult, for God's sake. So check that out and go over to MoComedyJam.com. This is for a great cause, isn't it?
Yellow Brick Road Foundation. They're my personal favorite charity around. There are children born with congenital heart defects, and they need help with hospital bills. Their family needs help with places to stay, and Yellow Brick Road takes care of that. And they do. My favorite thing they do is, some of these kids in the hospital, they can't get around. They're stuck in their rooms. They can't, hospitals have little playrooms for kids, and they can't even get to them. Yellow Brick Road will go in there. They need these surgical grade wagons to get around in the hospital. Yellow Brick Road not only acquires them, but they get specialty ones that are made up to be fun for kids. They look like, a hippopotamus or a fire truck or something, and they're super cool. And that's why this year I insisted. I went to Trey Flynn and I said, listen, if we hit double our donation goal of last year, I want one of those wagons for the weekend, and he did concede to that.
All right.
Really? So I really hope you guys
get a wagon, bro.
You guys, we need to make the donations happen, Sabrina, and we do have a donor match that night at the Funny Bone. So if you want a donor match and help me get a wagon for the weekend, they did balk at. They will not let me fill it with beer and drink out of it like the Stanley Cup.
Damn it! I was going to say, what are you going to do with the wagon?
Probably, I do have plans to take it around. I was going to drink beer out of it, to be honest with you, Elaine, but they said hard no to that. And but I'll take it around town and take pictures. For example, I'll go downtown by the History Center, and that statue of the guy wrestling the alligator, there's me in a fire truck wagon.
In a wagon. Drinking water.
Bootsy Moonshot on Twitch says, Yellow Brick Road is a great foundation. They helped a buddy of mine's family. This is one of those things where in 2025, there's kind of few of them, unfortunately, but if I found somebody who is against the Yellow Brick Road Foundation for some reason, that would be a very large red flag.
And a very lonely person. Don't go anywhere near us.
That would be somebody who I would question a lot of things about them. But
their entire mission is there are babies born with hearts that just need a little bit of help to get going in this world, and they try to provide that help. And if you have something against that, I'd like to talk to you personally.
Are these babies political?
Yeah. They are all very pro-Trump babies. It's kind of
I'm sorry, I can't. If they're political babies, I have to change my mind on this.
You know how some babies are born with a caul? Every single one of these babies born with a MAGA hat. Very unfortunate and hard on the mother.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, just on the way out. It's rough times. But MoComedyJam.com is the website. Go see Ross and the whole crew out there tomorrow night. Ross, good to talk to you. Thank you for coming in, man.
Thanks for having me, Sean.
There he goes.
Look forward to seeing you at the roast as well.
Oh,
yeah. Well, after you get these tickets, go see Ross and go see the whole crew for the Just Call Mo Comedy Jam. I think that's going to tip even more people over to be like, okay, I want to see where this goes on a roast
I'm a little
level.
nervous, man. I think it's going to rip us apart.
I might rent a tux.
Yeah, we're going to fancy it up a little bit.
We'll get a wagon you can drink beer in, I promise.
Yeah, don't forget, you're not Ross. You're not just going after me. You can if you want. But obviously, Sabrina, C-Lane, and everybody else who's on this.
He knows.
Sean, I've been listening for a long time. I might drag in radio shows that don't even exist anymore.
All right.
Yeah, we could do that. We can do that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyhow, go check it out. MoComedyJam.com. Go get those. And Ross, we'll see you again soon, man.
See you guys Thursday.
There we go. All right. When we come back, we've got a video that has been exploding online. Everybody got pretty upset about this, but now that the information has come in, I think you're going to have a very different view of what happened here. It's actually not a terrifying story. It's a sweet story. And I'll play the body cam footage for you in just a bit. Plus, more about what's happening out there in the world today. I got a bunch of clips we got to get into in a grab bag segment. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Emergency crews are off to the shoulder clearing up an accident on I-4 eastbound at Cayley Street. There's a crash blocking the center lane on State Road 408 westbound before that I-4 exit there. Multiple lanes are blocked on Orlando Avenue northbound at Lake Mary Boulevard. There's a crash getting cleared up there. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the traffic center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows how to help make your home holiday ready for less. Refresh your space with select style selections, vinyl flooring for just $1.99 per square foot. While supplies last, selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details and qualifying items.
Hey, the tropics are looking okay right now, but if the right hurricane does come our way, you might find yourself in a very uncomfortable situation, maybe even expensive situation if you're the type that likes to get a hotel room to avoid the time where your power is out. But with a solar system and battery backup from Solar Installers of Florida, the lights stay on, the fridge stays power when storms roll.
Hang tight, folks.
Your neighbors wait for the linemen to come through and hook their electricity back up. Your home keeps running. Don't wait.
We're chatting our way through the break in a moment.
Solar Installers of Florida today. Call them at 407-777-5050. You tell them C-Lane from the News Junkie sent you. You get an extra $500 off that bill. 407-777-5050. Or find them online. SolarInstallersOfFlorida.com.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Sunset Walk Best of Challenge. Tickets on sale now at sunsetwalk.com.
Are you ready to upgrade your kitchen? Are you looking for a new dishwasher or an entire kitchen suite? Don't wait. Hurry to Southeast Steel Appliance Warehouse. Shop by October 1st.
All right, one more.
Also score a free second-year warranty on eligible LG products. That's where you get the best deal. Tell them Sabrina from the News Junkie sent you.
This just in. Hot off the bench press.
Fade it in.
Strength equipment.
Bippity boppity. Give me the zoppity.
Actually looking forward to like this.
Jane Goodall, R.I.P.
All the best in class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger.
Chat, are we aware of who Jane Goodall is? Just trying to get a lay of the land for you. Jane Goodall, you know who she is? Yes or no? The great Jane Goodall. Gorillas, yes, Monkey Lady. Monkey Lady. That's one way you can refer to her. No, I had to Google her. I think if you're 30 or over, you might know who Jane Goodall is. 30 or younger, you might not. R.I.P. Brian Wilson. Oh my God. They're falling today quickly. Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. Rip. I know she is, and I'm the same age as Sabrina. Yeah, I mean, she just didn't. Jane Goodall didn't really change with the times. She didn't decide to start posting stuff about conservation on TikTok or YouTube. She seemed like a pretty hard person to hate. I don't know if I've ever heard anybody say, "Fuck that bitch, Jane Goodall." I don't think I've ever heard that. Not Tarzan's wife, no. Mother Teresa of AIDS? Yes, indeed. I'm 28 and I know Jane Goodall. We've got more info on the Michigan Mormon church attack guy. It's becoming fairly clear that this Michigan church attack was about a hate that this man had for the Mormon faith in particular. And it would appear that the church attacker actually was motivated initially to hate the Mormon church because he was dating some girl, and then their relationship went sour, and that sort of spun him in this direction. So he just hated Mormons. Which, can I be honest with you? I know a lot of you will disagree with this. Two groups of people that I find very hard to hate: Scientologists, Mormons. When you meet them in person, they are very nice. Very nice people, but this guy hated him. He was not a fan. They must have come to his house too much. It could have been. It could be that they were just, visiting this guy's house, or I think it was like the relationship soured him on the religion. Sean, will you spookify the secret shows set? Yes. We will do a Halloween-themed secret show week of Halloween. We will. I've met awful Mormons, but I've met nice ones too. Scientology is a cult. I don't disagree with you. But their thing is they get their Scientologists out on the streets. Big smiles, You're feeling down, you're like, why are they fucking smiling so much? Hey, pal, what are you so happy about? And it works. It works. The band The Killers are Mormons. Is that true? All right, folks, coming back.
iHeartRadio app.
Appreciate you taking my call, guys.
Lock in with your favorite teams with play-by-play podcasts and local stations where you can react and join the conversation. Sports on iHeartRadio, where fans live it.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Deposit. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the...
Junkie, the three best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day. And no matter where you're listening, how you're listening, I appreciate you, friend. And if you miss anything, you can catch up, as always, on the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com.
News
thanks,
Junkies.
Yes, thank you, Bill Burr. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Bill Burr. Big thanks to our friend Ross for coming in. Ross McCoy will be at the big event there tomorrow night. And you can get tickets at mocomedyjam.com.
I'm so glad he came in because now I got more roast jokes that are
great.
More roast jokes.
Did you do the thing that you were doing the other day? C-Lane came up with a joke about me when you weren't here, Sabrina.
Mm-hmm.
And then he told me that he came up with a great joke about me that was very funny, but he didn't want to tell me the joke. And then he proceeded to just tell everybody else the joke that was around him. Like Josh.
I told one person the joke. That was it.
Yeah. So
There's
it's
a couple of things in which I would like to soundboard with somebody before the big roast day. Just to double check on things.
All right.
So
well,
yes, I will be doing that in the future, essentially.
All right. I'm down to soundboard with you. We'll do that.
No, that's you both are the last people that I probably.
Wow.
What? It's jokes about y'all.
Unbelievable. Hurtful and
What am I
unbelievable.
supposed to do here? You want to hear it beforehand?
No, I don't. No, that would be the worst. No, I don't want to hear it beforehand. No, I don't want to hear that at all. But I do. I think it's fun. You come up with these things and you start building your repertoire, and
of course,
then we just level on each other for the roast on October 30th.
And we also have people leveling on us. I think I'm a little bit more nervous about that.
Yeah.
And
by the way,
we've been poking at each other for over 12 years at this point.
Sure,
but we haven't had people outside.
Can I tell you something, though? I think you'll probably disagree. I have not made fun of you much on this show.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think, like, do I joke around? I don't know. It's hard for me to detach myself. Do you think I make fun of you a lot?
I thought we all made fun of each other.
Well, I know we joke around and we do stuff, but I don't know that I, like, take that many shots at you like that. Okay.
I was choking on my water.
Yeah.
No, I mean, not in the comedic sense, but you absolutely have taken shots at me, bud.
I'm talking about, and I said specifically, making jokes about you, which I've done. I make jokes at your expense all the time. Yeah. Generally, they're hilarious, but I haven't gone out of my way to really try to target you like that, which I'm going to do. I'm going to do at this event. Just so you know,
I'm prepared. That's usually how the roasts go.
Excellent. Good. That's going to be an exciting part of the show
for sure, man. For sure.
C-Lane,
did you want to?
What?
What? You already told him you're not going to work with him.
No. I'm going to bounce off the Sean jokes with him for sure. Okay. But I won't tell him what I'm going to roast him about.
It's hard because I want to be surprised about everything.
The hardest part is going to be finding that nice thing to say.
The lamest thing in the world would be sitting at a roast where you already knew what all the jokes are going to be. That seems so lame.
Well, I think some of them do that because, like, at the bigger, like, celebrity roasts, there's inevitably a couple people who are just there that aren't comedians that get, like, I don't know, Jeff Ross or somebody to write all their jokes. And so Jeff Ross is just sitting there like, I already know what's going to happen.
Yeah, like you're Tom Brady or somebody. I guess he was the roast target, but yeah. You get those people that go up there and they've got somebody who's a ringer for them. Okay, let's see. We got a bunch of stuff to get into, but I wanted to give you the update on this Michigan church attacker guy. It's the guy who shot up the Michigan Latter-day Saints church. The Latter-day Saints have forgiven this man for the attack, from what I can tell. Okay. And they have also said that they were going to raise money, I believe, for the family of the shooter and the attacker, which... This is like this new thing now. After somebody does something horrible to you, you're like, it's okay. I forgive you for doing this terrible thing. The same thing happened with Charlie Kirk's wife and some other things. And now you got the Mormon church doing this. The guy, apparently, more and more comes out about this guy. The New York Times had a really great piece. The guy was motivated just because he hated Mormons. He hated Mormons.
Very particular, like no personal tie-ins?
No, there was a personal tie-in. He dated a girl and had a bad falling out with her, and that made him turn against the Mormon faith. But this, I guess,
But
this
still
was
ends
some
up
time
marrying
ago.
somebody else, having a
Yeah.
child with that person, and still having this deep hatred.
Yes, for what I could tell. And I said this during Skull Mike. I don't know where this lands and how people will take this. But for me, I don't find Mormon people to be very hateable at all. I find them to be kind of like Scientologists, like a little bit too nice almost, where they're smiling, they want to share their faith with you. That might be a little annoying.
They want to ring your doorbell.
That might be a little annoying. But generally speaking, as a religion, I mean, come on. Who gets hate? Who gets more hate?
I mean, that's for the marketing of it all. I think
Well,
once
but-
you're in Mormonism, it gets to be a little tricky, we'll call
I'm
it.
not talking about that. I'm just talking about generally hating religions. Or are we going to say, there's no way you guys don't agree. Obviously, Muslims and Jews are probably the most hated, right? Like, just go to people who, like religions that people go after the most. It's Muslims and Jews. The Mormons don't even usually come up in that mix. You guys don't want to weigh in on this. It's fine. That's fine. And it's a controversial thing. I understand. But I think that the Mormon
I mean, I
church,
don't disagree.
I mean, did we have to respond immediately, or could we take a second to think about it?
Yeah, okay. The Mormon faith in general, I think, is one of those things where it's not like there's nothing that leans me toward that being something that I would see to be a target from a person like this. The other stuff I see, like sometimes as bad as it is, I go, oh, I get it. I understand what's going on there. They got angered by this thing, and then they wanted to take it out on everybody else.
But it was just because this person's ex was a Mormon and they had a bad taste in their mouth from that.
That's what I heard. Yeah, the New York Times, here's a little blurb about it, just so we know more. The New York Times says a Michigan church attacker held a deep grudge against the LDS, that's Latter-day Saints Church, that stemmed from a breakup with a religious girlfriend over a decade ago and led the man to rant about the church at his best friend's wedding, of all places. Referred to
During a speech?
Yeah, during a speech at the wedding, I guess.
That's weird.
Refer to the Mormon faith as the Antichrist, and just days before the attack, spew invective against Mormons to a canvassing politician. So I guess this guy just hated these Mormons and wanted to take it out on them. And
could you imagine being the Mormons that showed up to that guy's house ringing the bell?
Yeah, my God.
Or the ex-girlfriend?
Yeah. Dude, this was 10 years ago, for God's sake. Get over it. But, that story ended up in a pretty terrible way. But unfortunately, when I look at it, I go, this could have been even worse. This could have been even worse because he targeted these people when there were hundreds of them in this particular church during service. And so I'm thankful that it wasn't even worse than it was. All right, let's get to this story before we take a break and get ready to wrap up the show. There is a body cam story that a lot of people sent to me. And they said, oh my God, this is so messed up. Look what's happening here. There's somebody attacking this police officer. And the cops have added some more context, I guess I should say, to this. And the actual story is completely different than when so many people thought. But here's WPTV. They've got some of this. We'll see what they say about this particular situation in Indian River County, where a video went viral. It showed a man hitting a cop in the face, and the body cam footage has come out. The 911 call has come out. And instead of this being like, whoa, why didn't the cop respond? Why did the cop get hit in the face here? People said, oh my God, I never thought about it that way. Maybe a good way to open things up, honestly. And maybe for people who judged a little too soon to think about this. So let me tell you what's going on here from WPTV with this particular story.
This video making its way around the internet. It shows what looks like a deputy taking a slap to the face. But the deputy's body camera shows us a different side to the story.
Here it is.
911, which emergency?
911 calls came in on Monday asking for help with a family member having a mental crisis.
I need them to know when they come out that my brother has mental health issues. He's off his meds, and he's acting really aggressive.
By the way, very important to do. If you have a situation like this in your life and somebody, a family member or somebody, is having a mental health episode, when you call 911 and tell them ahead of time, she said, get a trained CIT officer out here. This is an issue because he's off of his meds. They knew that going in.
CIT officers out here.
CIT is the Crisis Intervention Team. Just after noon, deputies immediately tried de-escalating.
What's going on with you?
You sure?
Why are you standing out here in the middle of the road? You got cars trying to get by and everything.
Why?
As they keep trying to reach the man,
Why are you out here in the middle of the road?
He hit the cop.
he takes a swing at the deputy.
He missed,
and
I think.
misses. The deputies still stay calm, taking the man into custody, but not putting him under arrest. Bystanders concerned for the man's safety try to step in, but thanks to a calm explanation from the deputy, it's short-lived.
We're not charging him with anything. Okay, he's got obviously going through a crisis. No harm, no foul. Okay, he's good.
Damn.
You just need to get him to the hospital so he can get some treatment.
You don't hear about that very much, do you? Like, you usually hear about somebody who got shot up a whole bunch of times, or at the very least tased. You don't hear about it going like, okay, that this seems like the outcome that everybody was really looking for here. So that story that went viral, where they're like, the cop got hit and they arrested this person, turned out to be a cop doing the right thing and really understanding that there was somebody who was having a mental health issue and off his meds. So kudos to you, to the officers in Indian River County for that. We're going to take a quick break.
The family member for putting the warning out, because was that the CIT officer that did that? Was it the trained person?
I don't know if it was him or just a specific officer that showed up. But the man was taken into custody under the Baker Act, so they got him help that he needed, obviously. But it wasn't about let's just arrest this guy. Understanding the difference between the two is kind of important. Another thing somebody sent across before we take a break. What shuts down in a shutdown? This is helpful. All right. National parks.
I love a good infographic.
Yeah, this is helpful.
Dumb it down for me, please.
Simplify. National parks, monuments, and museums are partially closed. Federal courts are open. Visitor centers and parks and monument visitor centers are mostly closed. Economic data collection and reports mostly closed. So that's like a lot of our financial data that we get is going to be closed. Medical research partially closed. If you're trying to get a mortgage, first of all, that mortgage got done. But FHA mortgage programs are open. Those are open right now. You're going to get your mail still. Amtrak is still going.
Okay, wait a second.
Amtrak is federal?
Yeah. Well, basically.
The railroads.
Yeah. Basically speaking, it is. That's why it's able to lose so much money. TSA, air traffic control, and passport offices are still open, although I've heard that this will really slow down the process of getting a passport if you need one. So don't forget about that. And then small business loans from the government are mostly closed as a result of this government shutdown. Now, what were you going to say, Sealand?
No, I thought the same thing about Amtrak. I didn't know that was I didn't find it to be a public thing, but I mean, I guess good for them. I didn't see in the infographic anything about the Federal Communications Commission.
Oh no, I don't know. Yeah, are they
Interesting.
off? If they are,
do we get to say the G word?
We really ramp things up over here. The Amtrak is a National Railroad Passenger Corporation doing business as Amtrak, the National Passenger Railroad Company of the United States. Founded, this is why I was like, kind of, because founded in 1971 as a quasi-public corporation to operate many U.S. passenger rail routes. They receive a combination of state and federal subsidies for Amtrak, but they're managed as a for-profit organization. So it's like little bit of both. And I think that's why Amtrak is able to stay on the tracks, so to speak, and keep going over their 500 stations right now, even though we have a government shutdown underway.
I mean, if not, it would really derail a lot of people's plans.
Quick break. We'll come back. Final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Wednesday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Real Music Weekends are Classic Alternative.
From the Odoo.
Drier day. It will feel better too because our humidity and our moisture levels aren't going to be quite.
All right, folks. That's it. Wrapping it up for the day. Make sure if you're new around here, you hit subscribe. Subscribe is free. Subscribe.
Exhausted with applying for jobs online.
Make sure you hit that like button.
With Express Employment
Greatly
Professionals,
appreciate it.
experts in your community
We'll be
are
back tomorrow to do it all over again
with more than 800
with everything
locations.
viral,
There's always an office
interesting,
Started at
controversial,
expressemployment.com.
fun,
An office near you.
LOL,
Listen up,
WTF.
for businesses. That mortgage guy Don also does commercial and small business administration loans. If you have an existing SBA loan with a rate of
All right,
4% or more, you are
real
in
quick,
luck. That
rate the
mortgage
show
guy
out of 10.
finance your qualified high-interest SBA
I do
loan.
have to pee.
You'll look
Rate
at
the show out of 10.
0.25%. Don't leave money on the table. Let that mortgage guy Don help you get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. If you're looking to buy a
10 out of 10 is a real winner of a show.
that mortgage guy Don has your back.
1 out of
And
10,
there's over 50 sources
take it out to the
for
field
SBA
and shoot.
business loans of all sizes.
A
So get
7,
started
an 8,
by going to
a 9,
thatmortgageguyDon.com.
9 backwards cat wearing hosts out of 10. Okay. 10 out of 10, I'm drenched. 8 insensitive roast jokes out of 10. 7.4, 9 out of 10. I'll take it. 10 out of 10 monkey thongs. If you're going to have a thong, it might as well be a monkey thong.
Have given me new motivation. Tips are appreciated. Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us.
Show was pretty good. Wasn't paying attention most of the time. Great. Great. Hurtful. Terrible. That was great. Great. Strong 9.2. Can't rate. The system is shut down. All right, I got to get today. I learned to wrap everything up. You guys ruminate on who is going to be chatter of the day. I'll be right back.
Pay more, a lot more. SolarSource helps you lock in savings and gain energy independence. With nearly 40 years of experience and over 60,000 systems installed, they're Florida's most trusted solar provider. Schedule your free solar consultation today at solarsource.com/sponsors. And don't forget to mention Russ Rollins for your great exclusive savings. Remember, save money when you mention me, Russ Rollins, at solarsource.com/monsters.
All right. Hang on.
It's the thrill of a win. I've been there when the worry is real, when the bills pile up, when the pain doesn't quit, and getting the call that says, we came through for you. That's huge. It's about seeing that weight lift, helping folks walk.
All right, who is our chatter of the day?
Yeah, we're built for that.
Orlando's premier comedy club and restaurant is the Funny Bone, located in Point Orlando. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes Peter Antonio on October 1st.
Janine?
Jam October 2nd, Mike Epps October 3rd through 5th, and Trish Seward
All right.
October 7th. Check out our
Chatter of the day. They said she couldn't do it. They said she shouldn't do it. They said, you're doing an eye patch fitting today. Why are you even chatting at all? Janine on YouTube is our chatter of the day. Unbelievable. Patching eyes and scratching thighs, as they say.
Top reasons your career.
Everybody says that, right?
Ohio. So many amazing growth opportunities, high-paying jobs in technology, advanced manufacturing, engineering, life sciences, and more.
We should rate the show on frosted tips. Well, it's been done.
John Glenn, even Neil Armstrong.
2 minutes and we're coming back to wrap it up here.
In Ohio, and yours can too. A job that can take you further, and a place you can't wait to come home to. Have it all in the heart of it all. Launch your search at callohiohome.com.
Eustace Roofing has a scary good deal with their spectacular savings event. $1,500 off your roof replacement. Serving all of Orlando with trusted hands-on service since 1959. Visit EustaceRoofing.com to schedule your free estimate today. Terms and conditions apply.
Everybody, thank you for being with us. Very, very much appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for being you. I really, really have to pee. Like, I don't know that I've ever done the show having to pee this much. But I don't have enough time to go now. I definitely don't have enough time. And at this point, I might as well just finish the final segment. It's going to be painful. Show is a 10, lighting not so much. I thought we agreed the lighting was better over here. Oh, you mean over there? Over there. Dog shit.
Don't go at it alone. The call is free. Call their hotline number now, 800-299-7590. That's 800-299-7590. Find out if you qualify today. Call 800-299-7590 or go to republictaxrelief.com.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She can get a deal. Book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, it saved time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Cue the easy button because it's almost easy deal days at Staples. Starting October 5th, enjoy 7 days of savings on over 1,000 products online and in your local Staples store. From tech, chairs, luggage, and more. Get a sneak peek of all the deals at Staples.com. Staples, that was easy.
This Earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassy's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Where common sense meets complete nonsense. This is the News Junkie.
But don't worry, tomorrow we'll be back to do it all over again for most of you for 4 hours of fun and all things viral. So if you missed anything today, you can always get that podcast or just check out everything going on with the show over on thenewsjunkie.com. Let's see what we have on the way out. I saw that, was it ABC? ABC News played that video that Trump posted where he put, was it Hakeem Jeffries?
No, that guy.
Yeah, where he put the sombrero on his face, on his head, and the mustache on his face.
Yes.
And AI put they put a big thing over it, like people didn't know. That says AI generated image.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Like, this isn't a real sombrero on top of this guy
Or
right
mustache,
now.
just in case.
Do you think they're like worried about like any future legislation or lawsuits coming? Like, hey, we got to make sure you disclose that it's AI. We've got to make sure we're all above board on our disclosures here.
Maybe it could be that was some sort of worry, but it seems kind of funny because it's just
this
it's like
is very
comically
clearly.
Yeah.
Well, like whenever something is a reenactment, like there's a lot of times you have to be very outward about the fact that it's a reenactment because there was some problem with like a truck or something, and when they were reenacting it, they added explosives to it.
Uh-huh.
And the trucking company sued, and that was like the basis for a lot of these disclosures in reenactments for stuff like this, because it was like, no, that's not exactly how it would have worked in the real world.
And people are going to look at that, and it's going to negatively impact the company.
It set a huge legal precedent.
Well, we've been talking about the government shutdown blame game. Let's see where people are at. This was
Shutdown
done
showdown
about a week ago. This was a New York Times poll. Views on whether the Democrats, the New York Times says, should or should not shut down the government if their demands are not met. 65% of people said should not shut down the government. 43% of Democrats said they shouldn't shut down the government. 59% of independents said that they shouldn't shut down the government if their demands are not met. And 92, very little surprise here, percent of Republicans said that the Democrats should not shut down the government if their demands weren't met. That's where we find ourselves now. Now, everybody's strategizing in their own ways. The Republicans keep saying this is about illegal immigrants getting health care, which it's not. The Democrats are saying, what's the problem? You are in control of the Senate and the House of Representatives, which is stupid because you have to have 60 votes here, which is a supermajority, which they certainly don't have. They even won over a couple of Democrats. But now it's going to go on as long as either party thinks it's going to be valuable for them. Like if the Democrats think they're winning, they'll keep going. If they think that they're taking hits from the Republicans and the Republicans are winning, then they'll settle it out. My gut tells me this ain't going to last very long. I don't think it's going to last more than 2 weeks, but maybe I'm totally wrong about that. some of the discourse like this. Here's CNN talking with Speaker Johnson about this, a Republican.
We're rolling the greatest hits on our social media.
Yeah, I'm just saying that the point about giving people who are here illegally health care is not exactly what is in their proposal.
It is 100% what their
immigrants
proposal.
who have legal status,
No,
and you're just
Caitlin, you're
disagreeing
wrong.
on who's eligible.
No,
I
I'm
looked
not.
at it, actually, because I was curious about your argument yesterday.
You should study the CBO's analysis that they just put out a few weeks
Yeah,
ago.
I saw
and
that
you
about the 1.2 million people. You're basically arguing about who has legal status, people who are seeking refuge here or
I'm
seeking
not.
asylum.
No, I'm making sure that we are making sure in our provisions that we signed into law have ensured that health care benefits go only to eligible U.S. citizens. Chuck
as
Schumer's
is federal
proposal.
law.
Federal law was not being enforced. That's the whole point. We had to fine-tune that so that we could strengthen the health care program. That's what we did.
So back and forth they go on that particular fine-tuned point, which I don't think he's being fully honest on. I mean, I see where they're going. They're trying to say, like, well,
maybe he
this is
thinks he's being fully honest on, but
I don't think. I think they know what they're doing. I think politicians are slimy and they generally know what they're doing. That's just my take on this whole thing. But yeah, I mean, we'll see where this goes. We'll see if it lasts a long time or short time or how it all ends up. Only one way to find out, and that is sticking with us on the show. And let's see, can we do one dispatch?
Quick one.
One real fast here.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only pay.
I said that. I said right off the rip I was only going to do one. You can't come down on me for that, band guy. Let's do this one right here. Hang on, I'm just refreshing to get the latest and greatest. This is Crown Relocation Project, talking about illegal health care.
Let me get this straight. If you went into Mexico without a passport or a visa and you were injured, you'd fully expect to receive health care from that nation.
He's saying if you went into Mexico without a passport or visa, you would fully expect to receive health care from that nation. Emergency health care, yes. Yeah. I think countries should take care of people who are injured or in an emergency situation within their borders. If they don't, that's pandemonium. That's chaos. Like, imagine you had the Olympics and the whole world shows up and people end up getting injured or something. You're like, whoa, you don't have health insurance here. So die outside, please.
Bleed out.
Quietly, too. I think that's bad.
I mean, the second an ambulance shows up and starts, they don't ask for your insurance card. They start helping you. They start working on you, giving you CPR or whatever you need.
And if the country bills you, are you ever going to pay it? Like if you go to Mexico and you have medical debt, it's not going to affect you in any way, I don't think. Let's get out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Wednesday, October 1st, 2025. Today I Learned this show right here.
The Boondocks.
The Daily Show.
Yeah, The Daily Show is right. Jon Stewart in The Daily Show. Jon Stewart met his wife Tracy on a blind date that was set up by a producer on the film Wishful Thinking that he was involved in. He fell in love with her immediately. He proposed to her through a personalized crossword puzzle he made with the help of the crossword editor at the New York Times.
Wow, it's nice to have connected friends.
Must be real nice. And finally, today I learned this band.
Come on, lady. Crazy Town.
Crazy Town. That's correct. Yes, Crazy Town. The song Butterfly that you're hearing right now by American rap rock band Crazy Town is based on a sample of Pretty Little Ditty from the Red Hot Chili Peppers back in 1989. The Red Hot Chili Peppers made a bunch of money themselves off of this song from their album Mother's Milk. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast over on the website at the